Welcome, everybody, to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode number 61, I believe, actually.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Today, I'm Alex. I always forget to include that part, but, whatever. Today, I've got with me the usuals. There's Pink,
Hey there.
and there is Addie, who is a bit preoccupied at the moment, so we'll get back to him later.
You made a mistake by not introducing me first.
Yeah. I'm learning your tricks, Addie. I'm working around them now. Alright. So, hey, who's ready for some shit? Let's start with some shit, shall we?
Which one?
The first shit on the shit list. So, the little teaser has been released for Birds of Prey. And, oh my,
It's a cheeky, sneaky, peeky.
oh yeah,
It exists.
that's the name of the teaser. It's, great.
This freaking title reminded me of this YouTuber that I keep getting recommended by YouTube called Nakey Jakey. Why would you name yourself that? But whatever.
Because you remembered it. Addie, keep in mind, you've remembered that name.
YouTube has ingrained it into his brain.
I wouldn't have remembered that if the freaking YouTube algorithms wouldn't recommend him to me every 2 seconds.
I can't remember most of the people YouTube recommends to me, so... Brand recognition, Addie, it's what's most important. That's why all our names are a mess. So, this teaser for Birds of Prey, the first thing to say that I think no one is surprised by is, oh, it's just going to be a Harley Quinn movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Even though Harley Quinn wasn't on the original Birds of Prey team in the comics, had nothing to do with them. Is she even with them in the new in the rebirth?
I don't think she is.
No, because she's supposed to be, well, ever since the movie, she's supposed to be a Suicide Squad person.
Right.
Because, the classic comic trio for the Birds of Prey is Oracle, Huntress, Black Canary. Looks like they're not going to be allowed to have Oracle, right? Which
doesn't appear that way.
Which makes me think that at some point, like, Ben Affleck or Zack Snyder was like, I want to do something with Barbara Gordon, and now she's just off limits for everybody.
Yep.
Which is, of course, a pissy thing, but, that's the DC Extended Universe for you.
Right.
Give me a second while I check if I can see the audio quality on my end.
Frankly, I'm not even sure if the Bat family exists in the new DC Extended Universe.
Well, apparently there's a dead Robin.
Oh, already?
Yeah, that was in Batman vs. Superman. There was a statue of Jason Todd, and he's dead. So, here's a delightful picture someone has provided that allows us to actually get somewhat of a look at the characters. You guys are probably going to have to open it up in another window so you can properly zoom in on each shot.
Right.
And, well, first of all,
that's not good.
That Harley outfit, bad. Very, very...
I mean, I dig the outfit, but not for Harley.
I think the outfit fits Harley, but I think it's horrible. We're in opposite places here.
Who's that happy man in the top right?
Guess who that is?
I don't know, some white dude.
Okay, it's Ewan McGregor as Black Mask.
Oh.
Look at...
Oh, I see the resemblance, yes.
Yeah.
How could I not have known?
Look at all these characters and think about how many of them wear masks in the comics.
It's like... I'm looking at all these little thumbnails here, and it's like, who are these people even supposed to be? It's like, you know who Huntress is because of the crossbow, and you know Harley Quinn because she's freaking crazy. But who's this one in the top left, or the bottom left, or the top right, or the bottom right? And these goons in the middle here.
Okay, so first two on the top left are Huntress, obviously. Top two on the
Oh,
right.
they're the same?
Yeah, they're both
Oh,
Huntress.
I can see it now.
Yeah. Top
I
right.
didn't notice the crossbow at first.
Yeah. Top two on the right are Ewan McGregor as Black Mask. Middle two are Harley, obviously. Bottom left one is Mr. Zaz.
No, it's not.
No, it is not, but it's supposed to be.
No, it is not.
The one on his right, the Asian girl, is supposed to be Cassandra Cain. No, she is not. Then the girl with the microphone, the blonde girl with the microphone, is supposed to be Black Canary. No, she's not.
That's Shakira.
I would have said Kesha.
I don't know what Kesha looks like, to be quite honest.
Like that. She looks like
that.
Yeah. And then
Let me find a picture of Kesha for you.
And then Renee Montoya is the bottom right.
All right.
So
All right.
Out of the characters in this picture, we've got Huntress, usually wears a domino mask. Black Mask wears a skull mask. Harley Quinn usually wears a domino mask. Mr. Zaz doesn't wear a mask. Cassandra Cain.
But he's also covered in scars.
Yeah, and usually naked.
Yeah.
So that you can see the scars.
Precisely.
Cassandra Cain, who usually wears the bat cowl, or at least somewhat of a bat mask. Black Canary, who goes without a mask pretty commonly, so her I'd let slide, but she does wear a domino mask on occasion. We've got a grand 5 characters here that are supposed to wear masks, and there ain't a mask in fucking sight. And I get it's, actors want to be recognized and all that. The characters in the Marvel movies wear masks.
Right.
Is anyone like, I don't know who Robert Downey Jr. is. He wears a mask in all the movies, so I don't know his face.
Well, obviously,
there are ways to get your facial recognition in there, in addition to wearing a mask, but
I mean,
for the teaser, I would say everyone should be in their superhero costumes so that the audience can understand that, yes, these are in fact superheroes and not just random people in the dimly lit hallways in Kesha.
I think this is their superhero costumes.
And if it is, that is incredibly disappointing.
I mean, Huntress, they tried at least. It's bad. It's green. It's Arrow. It's CW's Arrow level bad costume. That costume. She reminds me of the costume. Looks so bad on her. It looks like a character I would expect to be played by Olivia Munn. Which is a weird way of phrasing things, but it perfectly summarizes how I feel about that design.
Does DC have a movie canon Green Arrow?
No, they do not.
Okay, then they need to keep up with freaking Mecca looking at Kesha. They need to make her brush her teeth with a bottle of Jack and get a guy that looks like Mick Jagger to play Arrow.
I'm gonna assume that's a reference to one of her songs.
Yeah, it's in the lyrics to TikTok.
Okay. Oh man, this is making me worried because now that I think about it, I thought it was weird that Black Canary was speaking into a microphone. What if that's going to be their equivalent of her sonic scream power? What if they're going to be like, oh, the audience won't believe it if she can actually have the sonic scream power, so she's got to speak into a mic. That way they know we're being real.
They're just making Black Canary like a shittier version of that one girl from My Hero Academia.
I don't know who you're referencing, but I believe you.
There's a girl in My Hero Academia who has echolocation. Well, not echolocation, but that kind of that as well. But whatever. Powers. Like basically, her powers is being an amp, and so she can do an echo scream like Black Canary can and stuff like that to stop people. Use her ears as boosters and stuff like that. So they're just digging out all of the other stuff that she can do, like plugging her ear jacks into the wall so she can locate people, and just making Black Canary that.
Japan. And My Hero Academia is supposed to be Japan's way of imitating American superheroes, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
That is a weird American superhero power set.
Yeah. As I said, her power is that I think she has real good hearing, And then she also has like jacks on the back of her ears that she can plug into the walls and shit. And then also plug into her ears, and then she can make her ears into like amps or something, and then bless people with the sound.
Okay. So, oh man. So, all right, we've got.
Which is
we need
odd
to be.
because ears are used for hearing and not actually conveying the sound.
I guess it's because she's supposed to be an amp.
Yeah,
So
something like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're running down on each of them. We insulted Huntress. We insulted Black Canary. Let's keep going. Black Mask. You know what I'm worried about?
What are you worried about?
He'll go the entire movie just being Roman Sionis, and the movie's near the end of the movie, Harley or somebody will beat him by like dunking his head in like black tar or something, and that's how he gets the mask. And then it's like, oh, he'll be the villain, and then he'll be Black Mask next time,
Right.
for the sequel.
So, what will happen, in my opinion, is that Harley will throw him into a pit of like science waste, and then he comes out with bleached skin and green hair. Just completely mix the characters up, because why the hell not at this point? Might as well.
I would vastly prefer Ewan McGregor as Joker over Jared Leto.
I think we all would. What the heck is going on out there?
Assault, apparently.
Assault.
A child is waging an assault on Addie's house.
No, that didn't come
A
from me,
child
so...
is sieging Addie's fortress.
I mean, it wasn't from my end, but sure.
Yeah, but he's on his way.
They've got trebuchets out there, little kitty trebuchets. They're made out of Legos.
I've never heard of something that's so devastating.
And I have the big wolf or whatever the hell that like castle size trebuchet was that the English king built once.
Alright, so Black Mask is gonna be crap. Alright, Mr. Zaz. Same story with him, I bet, where he'll learn to put the scars on himself over the course of the movie. He'll kill somebody halfway through the movie and be like, oh, that was awesome, I'm gonna put a mark on me.
Yeah.
I also
And
thought
then
that
in the sequel, he'll have all the scars.
I thought that the guy was. I think the guy I'm thinking of is Chris Rock.
He does kind of look like a white Chris Rock, you're not wrong. Oh, I was thinking he looked like a fucking Russian mob thug or something.
Yeah, Chris Rock.
Yeah, Chris Rock.
I guess.
And they're trying to make Cassandra Cain look street. Naturally, because she was a ninja hyper assassin who didn't understand how to be anything other than a ninja hyper assassin in the comics. So here, we'll make her a street orphan.
With a broken arm.
The thing is, with this continuity, she's gonna they're gonna have a whole separate movie for her that's just gonna be 8 Ball, but with her instead of Eminem.
Here's the thing, Addie. She's mute.
That makes it better.
She just walks into the rap competition, drops the mic without saying anything.
She makes the movements with her hands. They're for the rap lyrics, and then they have to have a translator on site to actually spit the bars.
Speed rapping with sign language. It just looks like a Naruto character.
Yeah. By the end of the movie, she learns how to do the Rasengan.
Oh, Jesus. And last but not least, Renee Montoya, who actually is probably the only one here that's actually accurate to the comics.
Yeah. What do you know? The one comic character that doesn't wear a mask and is basically just your average, ordinary, everyday human being?
Oh, but
you got that casting going pretty well.
What if she becomes the Question and still doesn't wear a mask?
No, they're gonna brand a question mark on her face.
Oh. I mean, they can't. I guess they can't bring Question into the movies since it's so associated with Rorschach. But you know, it will. And we're running into the problem again of DC doesn't understand. They're trying to start a cinematic universe, not end one. The Renee Montoya actress let's look her up. I don't want to insult her accidentally. But I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth and say it looks like she's a fairly older woman. So it doesn't seem like someone you'd want to cast for a movie you're just starting.
Right.
Oh yes, she's 54.
Yeah, that's like around Aunt May's age.
Yeah. And Renee Montoya in the comics is generally, I wouldn't say young, but she's probably in her 30s. Around
Right.
Batman's age, definitely.
Right.
So,
Kind of complicated there.
we'll go ahead and just say all around failure.
Yeah.
That's close enough, we'll call Renee a failure as well.
I'm still calling that they're not going to make her question anytime soon and that they're going to use her as an Oracle stand-in.
I feel like you know what? They'll have her be the one that, one of them has to be suspicious of Harley, right? Because she's the cop,
Right.
she'll be the one that's suspicious of Harley. And
As most cops should be.
well, as any cop should be. Harley should still be a villain, but here we are.
I'll say that this is a complete failure unless they make the freaking the 8 Mile movie with the with the mute person.
I feel like Addie's just been laughing to himself for the last 5 minutes over that.
No, it's just the concept is so freaking stupid that I want to see it.
So, oh joy. This looked... I'd have to imagine because the teaser, they lowered the budget quite a bit, but my god, does the budget look non-existent on this.
Right.
Ugh. Yeah, oh, Ewan McGregor, what happened to you? Obi-Wan one day. This the next. And he's pretty much only here because Huntress is being played by the chick he's having an affair on his wife with. In case this movie wasn't tainted enough for you.
I mean, the big issue that DC is making is just not getting Mark Hamill to do Joker real life.
I love the voice, don't get me wrong. He is way too ancient.
Yeah, I know, but it would look funny though.
He did actually get to play a version of the Joker in the Flash TV show, right?
Right. He was the trickster, which is
and they
basically the Flash Joker.
Yeah, and they brought back what's-his-face that played Flash in the 90s show, too.
Right. Because Mark Hamill was the trickster in that 90s show, and that's why they brought him back.
Yeah, and there was a whole multiverse thing, too.
What now?
It was a whole multiverse thing, too.
Right.
I mean, it's just Flash things.
Yeah, that's a flash. Speed Force. I don't gotta explain shit.
Why isn't everything fixed? Speed Force.
John
you win some,
Wesley's ship.
you win some, you lose some with the Speed Force, I guess.
I can make my girlfriend love me if I go back in time enough times.
Yeah. Maybe if I go back to prehistoric era.
He's just Groundhog Daying himself past a certain point. I gotta go back.
I'm gonna go fast. Takes on a blue suit.
No. That's Quicksilver, Addy. Different character. Okay, so with that shitty note, moving on. Hey, apparently there's supposed to be a Resident Evil Netflix series in the works after Resident Evil 2 has come out and been pretty successful.
It will also be made by the guy. It will also be made by the guy who always puts in his wife into the movies as the protagonist.
So I was going to get around to that, Addy.
Wait, is it actually?
Yes.
No, I was joking.
I saw the fucking headline and I was like, yes! I clicked on it and it said it's being made by the same people who made the movies. No! Oh my fucking god. It's it's
They canceled Daredevil for this.
cut to the gif of Jesse from Breaking Bad saying he can't keep getting away with this. Oh my god. Like, and just when it looked like she was going to start doing movies other than Resident Evil, because she's supposed to be the villain in the new Hellboy, right? And just when it looked like we were finally done with it, it comes back.
You thought it was gone, but no. It
Who
will never leave you.
Who watches those fucking movies? They make a shit ton of money. Who watches them?
My father.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is your fault, is what you're saying.
I mean, not really. I don't watch them.
Pink believes in sins of the father.
Yes. I was about to say that.
We must punish Addie for watching the Resident Evil movies.
I'm pretty sure I've said this already, but the weirdest thing, like, it's under one of those like weirdly translated titles in Hungarian, because like it's not called Resident Evil over here. It's called Beehive.
Beehive?
Yeah.
Now you know why Addie hates bees.
Because over there in Hungary, there's zombies apparently. Addie, you have to deal with a zombie infestation in your apartment recently?
I mean, not recently. They've been frozen in the freaking snow.
You gotta stroll out to school. You gotta go out to school, so you stroll on the sidewalk past the frozen zombies, just frozen in the middle of motion.
Oh yeah, but people argue that the zombies are useful because they pollinate the flowers and shit. But
pollinate how? You understand?
I don't know.
You understand what a bee pollinating does, right? Because you don't want to see a zombie pollinating any flowers. Let me assure you. That is some shit that will scar you for life. So, yeah, that was one trash fire news followed by another trash fire news.
On to the third one.
On to the third one. Hey, Smash Bros. Ultimate added a new update that adds Piranha Plant playable. Here's the problem. Some folks were reporting that if you use Piranha Plant in All-Star Smash mode, it corrupts your save file. Oh,
yeah, so
oh no.
Piranha Plant was coded entirely by Toby Fox.
Addie has held a grudge on that.
What, the guy?
Everything about him.
Yeah. There's this new game that came out that I want to call it Yeet, but it's not Yeet. It's like
I believe you.
There's this like indie game that came out that's supposed to be another Earthbound ripoff. Freaking, it has the two eyes in its name. I forget, but basically, Toby Fox made the music for it, and it's even worse than freaking Undertale.
I love the idea of a guy playing Undertale, and he's like, I love this so much, I'm going to make it 5 times.
It worked for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
So...
It works for a lot of franchises.
Yeah. But yeah, so like... this game is worse because it uses the disappearance and death of somebody who was mentally ill and makes fun of it.
Oh. Let's go up from there.
You have no choice but to.
And then you join the KKK.
No, you join the Happy Blue Blues or whatever they were called. I forget.
Oh. Right, and then you start a suicide pact.
And then you meet Suicide the Wrestler.
Yeah.
Whichever one.
That's even worse. Then you kill the president and steal the nuclear football. You use it to detonate nuke the entire world.
You steal the Declaration of Independence, and it turns out that you're actually secretly Nicolas Cage.
and you burn the Declaration of Independence while hailing Satan.
Yeah, and Hitler at the same time.
Yeah. It's really difficult because you gotta like bow at the same time as you're raising out the one hand. And you gotta be careful because they get jealous of each other. It's some real shit when you see Satan and Hitler get into a fist fight.
Right, I'm trying to find the name of this game just so we cannot.
Is there actually a game of Satan versus Hitler?
No.
Because I think Churchill said something about that.
I mean, there probably is a flash game of it, but
That would actually be awesome. You are Satan. Beat up Hitler.
actually, I think there was like a South Park flash game or like a South Park themed flash game or something like that. That may or may not have been official. I don't know. Where you could choose fighters, and two of the fighters were Satan and Hitler. So
just make it all like the fighting game is just hell. Your roster is Satan, Hitler, Stalin, Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer. Just keep going.
right, the game I was talking about, its name is Yeek, so that's why I thought it was Yeet.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Oh no, there's a spider bite on my forearm.
Well, you can pick up the ultimate for Spider-Man now, at least.
Oh. So yeah,
They lost that one, so they did a new one.
they lost 2. That's real bad. One died, one just up and left. Fuck this ultimate shit. I'm going to the main universe. Later, nerds. So, yeah, if you got Smash Ultimate and you got Piranha Plant, don't use them in All-Star mode, or else you're gonna have to unlock all those fucking characters again and play through Spirit mode again, and you do not want to play through Spirit mode again. Fuck that. Oh, alright. So, hey, the PlayStation Plus lineup for February has been announced. It's actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, what was the first game? I forget already.
For Honor.
For Honor. Oh, great. I own For Honor on all 3 platforms now.
Wait, oh, I do too, actually, because I've been gifted a copy of the PC version. So.
Oh, yeah, I'll just play For Honor on all of them.
I play it on all of them at the same time.
What happens when they introduce share play?
Yeah.
You can play with yourself.
Yeah, if
Like,
you introduce
how many people could make a team? 6?
4. So
4.
you could be 80% of the team.
Right.
That'll make it great for recording. All right, Addy, we don't feel like recording today, so we're just gonna have you play all 3 of us.
Yeah.
And Addy has to talk to himself and do impressions of all of us.
Perfect. I love it.
I actually recently got a free pass to COS, so I could do an impression of you now.
Oh, hey. When I try to stop cursing. Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. But Hitman Season 1, oh my god, that is one game that I have been really wanting to play and have not gotten the opportunity to, and now that I have gotten the opportunity to do it, I am going to play it a lot. And I feel like Addy is too. I'm
not the biggest fan of the Hitman games, but that's just because I'm not good at traditional cells or whatever the hell you want to call this.
I prefer disguised. I like all kinds of stealth. Hitman kind of gives you all kinds of stealth, though. Maybe a little bit less of the social stealth, but you can do the Metal Gear stealth and you can do disguised stealth. I've been thinking I should play through the Metal Gear games again.
Yeah, the thing with this game is that if you get the game and then you get the legacy pet that you can unlock in the menu, I believe, that if you delete the game and then download the second game, you will have all of the first game's missions in the second game's engine.
Yes, I heard about that. I love when games do that. That's one of the absolute best things that a game can do. It's very rare that games do that, though. Like, what are other games you can think of that did that?
Good question.
Yeah. I remember.
Like, I know that
I remember Resident Evil Outbreak carried over unlockable characters.
SmackDown versus Raw had the whole thing with like Champions of WrestleMania or whatever.
Yes, the Legends of WrestleMania,
Yeah.
where you could bring the characters into Legends of WrestleMania, but you couldn't bring the Legends of WrestleMania into SmackDown versus Raw, which was lame.
Yeah.
I'd much rather do that.
Right.
There was also with Guacamelee, if you got the game on PS3, you could get the PS4 version for free.
Oh, I did not know that. I only got the PS4 version while it was part of PS Plus.
I played through the game on PC.
Yeah, I also have the PC version. Guacamelee is one of those games I own. It's the weird thing with having this subscription stuff nowadays. It's like, oh, great. Because this one developer was willing to sell out their game to everybody, now I own it on all platforms. It's great.
Now I just need For Honor on Switch.
For Honor on Switch. For Honor on the go. That way Addie would never have to stop playing. Addie gets home from school for the day, he plugs in his Switch and then turns on For Honor on his Xbox.
Yeah. Especially if they make cross progression a thing. Oh, by the way, actually, with Smite cross progression, PS4 is not included in crossplay or cross progression.
Oh, fuck me. Why is Sony being such huge pricks about this?
I thought they just got over it.
They were acting like they were going to. Like, are they saying that they'll accept cross-play but not cross-progression? Is that what they're saying?
I don't know, because I just looked at the Smite website talking about the crossplay and progression stuff. And with the devices that you can, play Smite on with crossplay and progression, they said that Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC are included, and they are open to other platforms as well if their owners wish to enable this feature. Or something of the like.
Right.
Okay, hang on. I'm trying to look this up. Okay, cross-progression PS4. Oh yeah, Sony just totally said no to cross-play and cross-progression.
Gosh darn it, Sony.
Yeah. It's always the problem with the game consoles, right? Whichever one has taken the lead thinks they're going to hold it.
Right.
Yeah.
So they wind up doing a lot of stupid moves to try and exploit the lead while they have it, and it just results in them losing the lead. Remember when Microsoft was like, you can't borrow games from friends or trade them with anymore?
Yeah.
Right.
And then PlayStation took the lead again. And now Xbox is going to be like, you can play with your friends on Nintendo and PC. Sony's like, fuck off. And guess what? Most people are now going to be buying on Xbox, Nintendo, and PC next generation. Because they can actually play with their friends now.
Yeah, one thing that I appreciate Microsoft doing that made Sony do something is how backwards compatibility is. Because since backwards compatibility was a hit, the PS5, regarding the PS5, they Sony patented backwards compatibility to all of the other PlayStation systems.
I thought Sony's very much against backwards compatibility these days. Are you sure?
I mean, where I read it said so, but I can check.
It's just weird to me that Sony's being anal about this and Nintendo isn't. Nintendo,
Right.
like the notorious most notorious for refusing to have anything to do with Western gaming. Ah, well. Hitman looks incredible. I will stick with that. Here, I remember a game that was great for the cross progression. Did any of you guys play the Lego Star Wars games back in the day?
I did.
Oh, the second one.
Didn't the second one, if you had save data from the first one, you could carry over the characters to the second one?
I wouldn't know.
I don't know either.
I think that was.
I certainly didn't know about that as a child.
I think that was
Right.
a thing.
Alright, so it says Sony Japan has just registered a new patent that allows the retrocompatibility of the hardware with previous consoles. It is a system to be applied in the future machine PS5. Yada yada. it mimics the behavior of the previous ones: PS4, PS3, PS2, and PSX. And then there's a link to the patent.
But not the PS2, right?
The PS2 as well, yeah.
Oh, the PS2. Really? Because Sony loves to talk about how the PS2 is impossible to emulate. Interesting.
I would tell you what the patent says, but it's only Japanese, so...
Oh. I mean, there's every chance in the world that Sony's just copywriting this for the sake of doing it. That happens all the time. I would love to see that, partially just because I own a ton of games for PS4 and PS2.
I hope that this means that they're gonna instead of I'm not sure how this works if it's a software thing as well, or if they just make the hardware adapt to the other systems.
Okay, here will be the
But,
great thing. If PS3 games are backwards compatible, that would be great, because there are several PS3 games that never got ported off the PS3.
Yeah. Also, I just want to play all of the Sengoku Basara games on one console. Thank you very much.
Sengoku Basara did not get ported off. Infamous, the first two Infamous games did not get ported off. Metal Gear Solid 4 did not get ported off. Metal Gear Solid 1 didn't get ported. Like, Metal Gear Solid 1 is actually really difficult to get your hands on. You can play on PS1, PS2, GameCube, Wii, and that's it.
You know what this means?
What?
If SharePlay remains a feature of the PS4, PS5, whatever, imagine doing freaking Mark of the Millennium.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd actually be awesome. Oh, the thing is, that would require me to hunt down a copy of Mark of the Millennium.
It's on the PS Store for PS3.
It is?
Yeah, it's $10.
I don't think it's on the store for PS4 though, is it? I'm gonna go check right now while we're talking.
Not for PS4. No, it's only for PS3.
Oh, right, because Capcom was really good about porting their old arcade games to the Xbox 360 and the PS3, but suddenly they just decided to stop.
Yeah.
I guess because with the Street Fighter collection, they figured out they could bundle it all into one collection and then charge $60 for it.
But yeah, so and this opens up a lot of stuff because Sengoku Basara, we can play through all of the games if it's a hardware wide thing where all of the games are just immediately backwards compatible instead of a list of games.
Are some of Sengoku Basara games not like supposed to be exclusive to Japanese PS4s? Like where they won't work on our American or European PS4s?
None of the games are region locked. None of the games are region. Well, the PS2 games are region locked, but there's a PS3 version for all of the PS2 games, so it doesn't really bother me.
Ah. Well, even if we can't access them, we can play Devil Kings.
Yeah.
I
I mean, hey, it's something.
Yeah, I guess it's something. I'll have to get around to playing that game eventually when I got time, but with what's been going on my end lately, I ain't got time.
But yeah, aside from that, we have all of the fighting games released, basically.
Yeah.
And then we have things like Contra, because the PS2 Contra is on the PS3 as well. So we can play Neo Contra, which is a top-down shooter that probably sucks. I wouldn't know.
So wait, you're telling me there are Contra games you don't know a lot about, Addy?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Actually, after the NES ones, I've only played the Nintendo ones, and only aside a few of those because I played the numbered games, and that's about it. And then there's Hardcore Uprising, which is really a spiritual sequel to Contra. There's freaking Neo Contra. There's other Contra for PS2 that I forget the name of. There's a Contra that was exclusive to the Wii eShop, so that's gone into the ether now. And
that's never coming back. That may be one of the rare few cases of a game that legitimately is just unplayable now.
And then there were some other ones that I probably forgetting but I played the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, which was for the freaking DS, and then the mobile game that they took off the market after like a year. So
oh, you know what? That one that was exclusive to the eShop is even worse now because it's Konami. So they're not gonna bring it. They're never gonna bring it back.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's bad. That's rough.
They're gonna bring it back, but it's gonna be one of those Yakuza Kiwami 2 freaking pissing machines. Like you need to Pachinko with your pistol droplets to actually land hits.
Well, that's a unique sentence. You need to pachinko with your piss droplets to make the game. Oh, man. If we're going back to having the episodes be named, that's the name of the episode. You need to pachinko the piss droplets. Okay, so, hey, you guys know Uwe Boll, right? Or Uwe Boll?
Nope.
Not really, no.
He is a notorious filmmaker and director, well known for his multitude of god-awful video game movies. So, he's German, and a lot of people pass around the idea that he deliberately makes bad movies for cheap because there are certain tax, goofy, weird tax stuff that I don't understand because I'm not a nerd, that supposedly allows them to make money even if the movie just absolutely does terribly. So a lot of people say that he intentionally makes bad movies. But regardless, he made the movies for House of the Dead, Alone in the Dark, Blood Rain. Do you guys remember the Blood Rain movie?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember the game, so...
Postal? A Far Cry movie.
I've never heard about these existing. I was probably better off.
Yeah.
Probably.
He made 3 Blood Rain movies. The movies lasted longer than the games did. And he's mostly known for having a lot of things in very poor taste. I believe there's a scene in Postal where a baby got, run over by a bus or something. But I guess that's Postal in general, isn't it? So, yeah, he's known as one of the worst directors running around. The other thing he's known for, all film critics who criticize his movies, he challenges to boxing matches.
I thought you were going to say disappear.
That too. Well, they disappear after he knocks the fuck out of them. Because here's the thing. He's a professional, not professional, but he's a very, very skilled amateur boxer. And he specifically always challenges critics that don't know how to box. There was one occasion where he challenged a critic who actually knew how to box, and once the critic informed him that he actually knew how to box, he rescinded the offer. Cause that gets me. That is one of the most infuriating things I'll ever hear of. Is it not the most stupidest, infuriating shit you hear about? Challenging someone to a fight, and then once you find out they can fight back, running off with your fucking tail between your legs.
Right.
Just have Fotorochi.
And doing it to defend your bad movies, because what he says every time is that they don't have any right to criticize his movies until they prove that they are a man. And supposedly he proves that they are a man by beating the shit out of them. So, I've never seen an Uwe Boll movie, but he is an individual that I pay a lot of attention to, because I resent him deeply.
Sounds like quite the character.
Yes, he does, doesn't he? Here's the thing. He was supposed to have retired after 2016, making a movie, because apparently he made a movie about the president getting killed or something. As you do.
Yeah, as you do.
Well, now he says he's coming back.
Back with a vengeance.
Keep in mind, at one point there was a Kickstarter where people actually contributed money, and you know what the Kickstarter was for?
To kill him.
No. We're gathering up the $100,000 necessary to hire an assassin.
Yeah.
Guy's gonna get hit by fucking John Wick or something. No, it was a Kickstarter to ask him to stop making movies.
Oh.
Did you contribute?
No. Because I knew he wouldn't listen. He said he would only do it if the Kickstarter reached $1 million. Yeah, lo and behold, it did not reach $1 million. I mean, if you were just making shitty movies for the tax breaks, then I'd respect the hustle, you know?
Right.
But beating the shit out of critics just because you want to prove that they're not men or something, you think you're a tough guy because you can beat the shit out of people who aren't trained in how to fight. Like, how fragile is your ego? How fragile is your manhood, sir?
Well, he is German, so
Yeah. Addy, you are the one who is most in danger with a phrase like that. Because he'll just come over from Germany to kick your ass now.
I mean, hey, last time that happened, we got overrun, so I don't give a shit. Probably better than what the hell's going on right now.
It's better for the Germans to get you than the Russians, I guess.
I guess.
Please conquer us. At least they won't. At least the Germans won't starve us.
Like I don't even know which one would be worse to happen again: the Germans, the Russian, or the Turkish.
Well, it depends on whether or not the Germans are Nazis again. If they're not Nazis, Germany. Easily Germany.
With the lead of Uwe Boll?
With the lead of Uwe Boll. Well, apparently he's just going to bring a ton of tax break movies. I mean...
No, he will make the Fourth Reich, but they will use no weapons other than boxing gloves.
The weapons are the boxing gloves. The artillery is just raining giant boxing gloves on your buildings.
Yeah, no, it's gigantic boxing gloves fitted around drunks. That get trebucheted.
Yeah. And the prisoners of war, the torture he does is he makes them watch his movies.
Yeah.
It's like the Clockwork Orange thing where they put him in the headgear to force his eyes open to watch. So, Pink, apparently we're gonna have to defend against the Fourth Reich of Uwe Boll. We have to find an
cause.
We have to. Who is the worst American filmmaker? We need to fight fire with fire.
I'm not sure.
No, M. Night Shyamalan's made some good movies.
I also think he's ethnically like Indian or something.
No, he's American. He is Indian ethnically, but nationally he's American.
All right.
Ooh, worst American filmmaker.
Steven Spielberg.
No.
At this point.
I mean, apparently Addy hates The Color Purple and Schindler's List.
I was thinking about how people shit on the prequels.
He didn't have anything to do with the prequels. That was George Lucas.
Okay. I was thinking of freaking Lucas then. Bloody hell.
Do all white people look the same to you, Addy?
Yeah.
They kind of do to me too. But hey.
I mean, all people look the same to me. they're all just like
Rorschach.
red pot. No, they're all bloody like red bits in the murder machine.
They're all targets. They're all just targets.
Yeah.
So hey, moving from one shitty movie back to another shitty movie. Today's a lot of shit. You realize that?
Yeah, and those usually make for the best podcasts.
So, apparently work has properly gotten started on the Batman movie, which is supposed to come out in summer 2021. And it has apparently been confirmed by Ben Affleck that Ben Affleck is leaving the Batman role. That didn't last long.
Are we surprised?
No.
No, we are not.
From the very beginning, it's like, he's good casting, except he's way too fucking old. He's ancient now. You should not start off with Dark Knight Returns Batman. I keep saying that, but you should not start off with Dark Knight Returns. That is not the storyline to start with. That is the storyline to end with. And ignore all the comics Frank Miller made afterwards insisting Batman lived.
So, with Affleck gone, Jared Leto will take over the role of Batman as well.
Oh, God. Oh, do you remember when they revealed that stupid, there was a line of Funko Pops that was Jokerified versions of other characters, and one of them was Joker as Batman?
The stupidest like, how am I imagining this is that Jared Leto is in his Joker getup, and then Batman walks in, and Batman is just the same getup, but with like black paint painted over his eyes, like in a line.
All right, you gotta go the reverse direction. Let's go with Batmanified Joker. I think that was actually a thing in Telltale's Batman Season 2, wasn't it? I think it was.
I do not know. I didn't play those games, and that's why they're gone.
I watched through him, but I don't remember, so that's also the reason they're gone.
Ah. On the bright side about this Batman movie, the director is saying he's aiming for a more noir-esque detective-style Batman story, which is good because that we want to avoid repeating previous Batman movies, right?
Right.
So
actually,
because
go ahead.
Because that's the one aspect these Batman movies have not touched on at all. Other than a little bit in Dark Knight, I guess. There were some detective parts in Dark Knight, but other than that, even that, it felt more like science than detective work. Well, detective work is science. What did I just say? Add it to the book.
But yeah, with them taking a detective thing, with Affleck gone, they're gonna replace him with Benedict Cumberbatch. He has experience playing detectives.
Oh man.
You know, we have 2 Sherlock Holmes in the Marvel universe.
And they
Kind of
haven't
crazy.
They haven't acknowledged that, and they haven't acknowledged that Sherlock and Watson are both in these movies. Both Sherlocks and both Watsons.
That's right. Jude Law's here now. Which one was the other Watson, though? I don't remember.
Martin Freeman. Agent Ross.
Ah.
I was for sure they were going to try and sneak Agent Ross into Infinity War some way just to have that moment. And they'd have to not acknowledge it. They'd have to just be like Doctor Strange and Agent Ross run into each other, and they're both like, what an asshole.
That'd be perfect.
Now, a little bit of news that we do not know if it is good or bad. Supposedly, the Batman movie will try to have a big rogues gallery.
I did hear about that.
And on the good side, there have been several Batman movies that worked in multiple villains, and it worked. You know, Dark Knight springs to mind immediately. But at the same time, Spider-Man 3.
Right.
So what you're telling me is that I'm gonna get an even edgier, darker Batman, and by darker I mean like an even blacker costume somehow.
That or he ends up dancing at a club, which would be a great gif. I feel like someone could make an entire folder now of just Batman dancing gifs. It's happened so many times. And it's so notable when it happens. You know, Superman dancing, when's the last time you saw a Superman dancing gif?
Can't say. I don't think I've ever seen Superman dance.
Yeah, because no one would consider it notable. But, what was I going to say? I think it is kind of worth noting with Spider-Man 3, though. Wasn't it a thing that, like, Sam Raimi deliberately tried to write the movie and make it for New Goblin and Sandman, and the producers insisted he put in Venom?
Right. Because during production, like, everyone on the outside world was wanting Venom, so he's like, hey, you gotta put Venom in here. Hey, where's Venom? Venom! Put the Venom in! And that's how we got Venom.
And that's how we got Topher Grace.
We have been blessed.
I still say that they need to bring back Tobey Maguire for the real life Spider-Verse adaptation.
No, you don't. No, God, no. I'm done. I have had my time with crying Spider-Man. I'm done. Oh, Jesus. On the depressing note of Tobey Maguire, let's go back to something delightful. The trash fire that is Fallout 76. So, did you guys hear about this going in?
I did not.
Fallout 76.
You know, to be quite honest, for a brief moment in time there, I forgot Fallout 76 was a thing.
So did I. It was wonderful.
We should go
But
back
now it's
there.
back.
So, Fallout 76, the latest update, reintroduced bugs.
This isn't introducing new bugs. This is reintroducing old bugs.
That they fixed.
And a notable word here, several bugs.
So I'm trying to find the actual... okay, here I've got the highlights of the, patch. Hang on. Okay, now I've actually not found the patch. Quick, somebody cover for me.
Right. So the why this is happening is because Tony's just so overworked that he forgot where he left the patch and accidentally removed it. So that's why the bugs got reintroduced.
They put them in the wrong folder.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't find the post listing the bugs that got reintroduced because Bethesda deleted them.
I knew it!
It looks like they accidentally reintroduced duping, where people could just duplicate items freely.
Right.
And apparently a bug with apparently they reintroduced a bug that removed the cap on carry weight. So people could just dupe items infinitely. Oh, and something about being able to freely spawn fusion cores. Easily one of the rarest items in Fallout 4, and you can just spawn it constantly. Reintroducing bugs. I can't fucking believe it. Have you ever heard of a game reintroducing bugs?
I can't say that I have.
Technically, I have, but it's not major bugs like this.
This sounds like a WWE 2K thing, doesn't it?
Right.
It sounds like there was a bug in 16 that got taken out in 17 and reintroduced in 18.
Right. That does happen a lot.
Did the 2 count glitch ever come back? I feel like it did.
No.
No, thankfully it did not.
Huh. But supposedly how this happened was whoever was working on the latest update did not... You take the latest version and you build off of it, right?
Right.
This update is built off of the version before the previous version. They went back... So all the patches, all the updates that were included in the last patch did not get included in the newest one. They skipped skipped from 1.1 to 1.3.
So I wasn't lying somehow. Portal got overworked and used the wrong version of the game.
And he's on a fucking roll here. He is cursing people. He's cursed me. He's cursed me to more Resident Evil movie torture. He's cursed Todd to... He's cursed Fallout 76 to the Todd pits. How's he gonna curse Pink?
Oh no.
Juggable Fires will be free next week as well. Or weekend.
You better get your practice in time in now. Oh, what? Is it weird that they timed that right before the announcement of the Season 2 DLC? Because almost immediately after the weekend ended, they showed off the first 2 characters of Season 2, the DLC.
For Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know there was DLC.
Yeah, I mean, there's Broly and people like that, people that actually play.
Okay, there's Broly... There's someone else that was big for DLC. I think Bardock. And you know who the other 2 DLC characters were?
It's Goku and Goku.
Normal Goku and normal Vegeta. And the thing is, they keep doing that, supposedly because Japan just eats that shit up. Like, America can't stand to get the same character over and over again. Japan's like, oh yeah, give me Super Saiyan 1 Goku, give me Super Saiyan 2 Goku, give me Super Saiyan 3 Goku. All of them.
Like
I'm just so happy we can have an entire team of Gokus now.
The thing is, in the Naruto games, it's somewhat understandable because at least every single version of Naruto, all 15 of them, have at least some. Well, okay, not all of them, but most of them actually have a varied power level or whatever the hell you want to call it. So they actually do change the fighting style to make it appropriate to the character they're trying to use there.
Goku
But
has
with this
different
game,
moves.
Goku has like 5 moves. He's John Cena. He's
What?
Japanese John Cena.
Well, I mean, he picked up some new moves at some point.
Yeah, the Hurricane Rana.
The springboard stunner.
Yeah.
Sunset flip.
Addy, I actually need you to shut up and
Canadian
not diss
Canadian.
John Cena's wrestling in my house.
Canadian Destroyer.
You mean a botched sunset flip?
Yeah. I mean, that's the best kind.
Yeah.
That's the Cena kind.
Is he not retired yet?
I think he has.
I'm pretty sure he's on his way out. He's spending far more time in Hollywood now than he is in the WWE.
For the past 2 weeks, I'm always going to make a freaking joke about John Cena on the podcast. With him appearing in some game or some other. I always forget it when we're talking in the podcast.
Yeah.
I need to write that shit down. Like, it's not even a good joke. But yeah.
So, hey, apparently James Gunn is now officially in talks to direct Suicide Squad Part 2. But it's going to be a spiritual reboot? Rebooting a franchise after a single movie, by the way?
That movie came out, what, 2 years ago, maybe?
I don't fucking remember. I went to the theater to see it, but I do not remember. Oh, man. Yeah, maybe James Gunn can make something out of the franchise. He probably won't.
He's rebooting it so all of the characters will be played by Jared Leto.
And they're all child molesters.
I guess, yeah.
On one hand, I like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. At the same time, everything I have ever heard about James Gunn implies that he is the kind of person that when he's insulted, he will double down.
Yeah.
And considering what he got fired for, I don't want to see what's going to happen. We're going to get a Suicide Squad and it's just Dr. Light. Oh, God. What do we even say about that?
He'll make the Suicide Squad when he's actually just Watchmen. I'm not sure how he'll do it, but he will.
Yeah, we'll just move on past that topic. Fuck that. Hey, Vortiger gameplay's been shown off.
Not only has it been shown off, he's out.
Oh, he's out.
He's out.
Well, he's out for people who got the year 3 pass.
Right, but how many days has he been out at this point?
Let me check.
Did he get released at the 1st of February?
No, or... Yeah, no.
Or was it the end of January?
Yeah.
So about a week from now, he'll be available to the public.
Yeah.
So, do we know how his stuff works yet?
Yes.
Most
Yes,
of what I
because-
see in the gameplay video seemed really generic, except for that shield suplex.
Yeah, so... about that, if I can freaking find the picture. Put up a timestamp, baby.
Okay, give me a moment. Shoot. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I guess he will.
Yeah, so, the shield suplex is really freaking good. I tried him out in training because you can.
And does he have anything
So
else?
how do you feel about your character?
I like him. He's... Well, he was weird to go to after playing Shaolin, who is all charges.
Yeah.
but you know, like he's like I I want to say that he's like a weird mix of Warden and Highlander with a suplex.
With a suplex. And that's all he needs.
He also has a hidden stance, which is the bulwark stance, where it's on all block, but you can also do the suplex, but you can also do freaking unblockables from it.
Oh, you can do unblockables from the bulwark. So I assume it drains stamina really fast?
No, I think your stamina goes back up and you can move during it.
He can... Don't the other shield characters lose stamina when they're in the shield stance?
I can check. Give me like 5 minutes while this thing boots up, and then I can actually tell you about the mechanical stuff with Vortiger.
Because I remember with the other characters that they lose stamina when they're in the shield stance.
Yeah, usually they do stamina, but I think it's a thing with like with Highlander where it's a stand like they use it as a stance switch more than a hidden stance from what I remember. Because like with Highlander, when you switch stances, you lose stamina, but then it goes back up. But yeah, his normal attacks aren't really anything to write home about, but you know, I'd say that he's actually balanced for once.
Shockingly.
Yeah.
A character came out and it wasn't completely overpowered.
Because like everything that he does is reactable, but you need to actually pay attention, and you also need to make sure that he won't flip your ass.
Yeah. Can he do the shield suplex without being in bulwark stance?
No.
Okay. So will he just spend a ton of... Is this going to be like the turtle? Is he just going to be a turtle the entire game?
Well, he can only do two really reactable hits, and then the bulwark counter, which is the suplex. So, no, I hope not.
Huh. I'm really curious. Like the shield, I've seen the shield suplex in action, and I'm curious. How does it work? Is it a thing on like parry, or is
it's a parry.
Okay, it's a parry. That makes sense because I saw the spot in the video where he shield suplexes 3 people at once. I was like, okay, how's that work?
Give me like 2 more seconds while this freaking thing loads me in, and then I can actually tell you about the works. Good thing that they now allow you to play as characters you don't own.
Yeah, good thing.
But yeah, he's also just as edgy as I need him to be, I guess. I don't freaking know. Like, the thing, when he was actually first shown off, people said that he's Altair if he was a knight. And yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Freaking... How many more hours until you load in For Honor?
This is bizarrely long for Honor.
Yeah. I mean, I'm loading myself into the training match, not right now, but... Freaking hell. Right, cutscenes. I get it. There we go. Now I have control. So... Let me check out the freaking bulwark counter thing. Yeah, it's X apparently. So yeah, it is a count. It is parry.
Ah, okay. But you need to press X at the appropriate timing rather than right trigger?
Oh, by X I mean light attack.
Oh, okay.
Because X is light attack for me.
Okay.
And then you get a really reactable heavy attack. Otherwise.
All right.
Yeah, then another thing that he does is that you know how Orochi has that upward spinning attack that tracks you wherever you go, you can dodge it?
Vaguely.
Yeah, he has that.
Oh, okay. But
so every second...
Is it blockable, though?
No, it's just undodgeable.
It's just undodgeable, okay.
Yeah. I think it's like every second heavy in our... Yeah, any second heavy in our chain is undodgeable. Well, if it comes from top, anyway.
Oh, from the top? Seriously?
No, never mind. It's any direction.
Ah, okay. Huh.
And then he's also weird in that his zone attack is not actually a zone attack. It's him just punching you with the shield.
Okay. So does that mean he just can't zone? I mean, he just can't hit. Oh damn it! What am I saying? He can't lane minions.
I'm not sure. And then he also has soft fades into shield bash because, of course, he's a shield knight after all.
Like every shield character.
Yeah, trying to see if I can actually do it from light as well, but because you can soft fade heavies, but yeah, no, only heavies. So yeah, along with this, the Shugoku rework has also been released for Honor.
Oh, damn! I didn't know it was coming that soon.
Yeah. So, Shugoki, he's actually better now.
I'd hope. I'd hope the rework wouldn't make him worse.
I mean, I don't know. According to some people, the Valkyrie rework made her worse. So,
I can believe that. I've played Valkyrie. Valkyrie's got a rough time. It's nice being able to combo into the sweep, but yeah.
So yeah, with Shug, now you can just Demon's Embrace out of neutral, but if you can soft fade any heavy into it now. I'm not sure if it was a thing before this or not. So that if you do a light to heavy chain or whatever, if you do a chain, then any ending heavy can also be charged to go into the charge attack.
Okay, that changes things because it now puts it in a position where you scare them, where you want them to not dodge the Demon's Embrace because it's one of the ones that can't be parried, right? Because it doesn't have a direction.
It's a grab. No, you can dodge it.
You can dodge it,
Demon's
but you can't
Embrace.
parry it because it doesn't have a direction, right?
Oh no, yeah, it's a grab, so no,
Okay.
no, it can't be parried.
So you want to use the heavy feint to get them to not dodge.
Yeah, and then there's also the part where they nerfed the Demon's Embrace, so they nerfed and buffed it a bit because they nerfed it so that
it doesn't deal half damage. It doesn't deal half your health.
Yeah, well, they nerfed it so that you can't kill people in one hit, and then to counteract this, they also made it so it's faster.
Oh, thank God!
But then I believe they made it so it's it doesn't have as much range, but now you don't take damage when you miss.
Oh, so, that's really good.
Yeah. So I had a game on release day of Wardinger where it was 2 Wardingers and 2 Shigokis. One of them was me. And what happened is that we just kept pancake flip into Demon's Embrace, into pancake flip into Demon's Embrace. The commander. That was good.
In case you were wondering what it would be like to fight 4 Zangiefs at the same time.
Yeah.
It's good to hear that Shugo is now a proper command grab character, though.
Yeah. I believe they also made so now that if you get hit, or if anybody hits the person you're carrying, then you just drop them with Demon's Embrace.
Okay, so wait, does that mean you can now use Demon's Embrace to hold somebody still for somebody else to use their big hit?
No, that's been a thing. That's been a thing before this as well.
Oh,
they nerfed that. So if somebody hits the people you're holding, then they fall off, so they can be hit by the 3 other guys.
Oh wow, you could combo them while Shugo held them.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know about that. That would be rough.
Yeah. I remember winning lots of games with Shug by doing that and having 2 people with me, because two people doing top heavies on you while you can't do anything because Shug is hugging you.
Oh.
Yeah, usually people would die before you would pick them up. You would be in the middle of picking them up, and then they just fall out of your hands. Because kind of dead, but yeah.
He's trying to break the back of a corpse that's been decapitated.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say I'd say Wardinger is good. I'd say the Shug rework went well. I mean, I haven't tried it out against people yet, but people are. But actually, That's the other thing. They reset everybody's matchmaking thing, so now if we play together, you won't get put with freaking odds.
I don't remember getting put against really that high level of people to begin with.
I mean, they were higher level than you, I mean.
Eh. I like the challenge.
You didn't say that when we played last time.
I honestly don't remember.
You rage quit because you got your shit pushed in.
I don't remember that. What character would it have been?
You were Zerker, I believe, and then both you and Pink got your shit pushed in. So you rage quit the game while we were loading into a breach game. Then Pink did as well, and then I had to quit because I was the one recording. And then you guys got me to record Siege, and then I was pissy.
This sounds like a thing I would have done for entertainment's sake. Because I'm not the kind of person to actually rage quit. But I don't remember.
I am. But you'll never know because that footage has been lost.
No, the footage that we recorded together of the Assassin's Creed event, that got lost. That was actually on the YouTube. the footage of you two quitting.
I was referencing the Dragon Ball Z finale.
Yeah, I forgot.
Just a little bit sad about that.
I mean, hey, after being pummeled by Ginyu of all people for 2 hours straight, I'd say it was understandable.
You know what, Pink? You want some news to cheer you up?
What have we got?
DC says they're working on a Super Pets movie for May 2021.
Yes! I'm so happy!
Can I get a Bat Cow?
They have to include Bat Cow. Bat Cow has to be in there somewhere. Bat Cow has
If
to...
Bat Cow isn't the star of this movie, why are they even making it?
Bat Cow has to be Ace the Bat Hound's sidekick. The question properly is it going to be animated or are they going to try and do it like CGing into live action?
Right.
Or are they going to airbud it where it's just actual dogs and every now and then they try to dub when the dog opens its mouth?
I would hope that they try to airbud it.
That would be great.
That's the worst possible option, so I'm kind of leaning that way as well.
Yeah, especially if they do include Bat Cow. Then it definitely has to be airbutted.
The problem with airbutting it is the fact that it's the dog actors, and that means that they have to be recast several times.
Yeah, that also means that they probably will need to get that freaking Chihuahua. The Beverly Hills one.
Oh, do any DC characters have Chihuahuas?
Not that I'm aware of.
It almost seems like Harley Quinn would have one, but I don't think she does.
She's got hyenas.
That's
I was
true.
about to say.
A little different.
They're probably the villains.
Harley's hyenas,
So,
starring as villains.
What
Perfect.
they're gonna do is that they're gonna take the two Chihuahuas and then give them laughing pills, and then they call them hyenas.
Yeah. They're just like gnawing on Crypto's ankles, and he doesn't even notice.
The only thing Crypto reminds me of is that one freaking shitty cartoon.
I forgot that show existed.
Like, I don't even remember. Was that show about freaking, like, Clark Kent as a kid with Crypto, or was that Crypto going to another kid?
I think it was Crypto going to another kid. Because I think it was Crypto, Ace, and whatever the name is for Catwoman's cat. She's got like 20 of them, so I'd imagine they're at this point just named Cat. Whatever they feel like. Who else does DC have for Super Pets? They got Crypto, they got Ace, they got the Harley Hyenas, they got Selina's cats.
Aquaman has Cthulhu.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crypto and Ace have to go to the bottom of the sea like, hey, we're assembling a pet Justice League. How do you feel? And it just hard cuts to Cthulhu have his deadpan reaction. Sure, I'll take it. I got nothing better to do.
And then we just have like a kid-sized robot for Cyborg.
A drone.
Yeah.
No, Cyborg's pet would be Rex from Fallout New Vegas. You know it would.
I think Rex is dead.
No, you can bring him back.
No, I mean, or Rex is dead.
Oh,
I
you
think.
fucker. You don't
Rex
even have...
isn't dead yet.
I take it from
We
someone...
can't get him, but he's not dead.
I have actually I've done a playthrough of Fallout where I did actually kill everybody in Freeside, and I spared the kings, and you can just spare the kings.
Well, yeah, but they won't give me Rex, so no one can have him.
Jesus.
Well, you know,
In fairness, they tried to let us take Rex, but you kind of killed the doctor, so...
But I didn't kill the doctor.
Okay, yeah, Boone kind
did.
of killed the doctor, so we're kind of screwed in that regard.
Oh,
Yeah.
Boone.
Yeah, the thing is, Boone and Julie Farkas had a misunderstanding, and yeah, I don't think we can progress with that mission because
Nope.
Or any mission.
Well, the thing is, we need to find a really good necromancer
Yeah.
first, and then maybe we can continue.
Wrong Bethesda series. Wait. I just thought of one of the super pets. Lobo's pet space dolphin.
Perfect.
Does it smoke like cigars?
It can. And it has the hair and the stupid black eyeshadow. And it's got a little vest on that its flippers just barely come out of.
They can have that squirrel Green Lantern, I guess.
Oh,
Chip.
Green Lantern would be
Yeah,
too
Chip.
easy. Green Lanterns just give it to any animal.
Just do some cross promotion, make it Alvin of the ship with the Alvin and the Chipmunks Alvin. Cause that series is not dead. Definitely.
Okay. I can't think of any
Oh,
actual
that's
more
Warner Brothers as well.
any actual canon super pets, but I thought of that stupid Disney dog movie that Addie mentioned the other week. And I thought, okay, Flash's pet, a hamster and a ball.
Perfect.
Hammond.
Yeah,
Hammond.
complete with machine guns.
Yeah.
What a hero! And Ace the Bat Hound is just in the background fuming.
No, they need to make a gag. If they do include machine guns and shit like that, if they were to do it like this, they need to make a gag where Ace and the Flash's hamster are arguing over shooting people, and the hamster is like, "It's rubber bullets," and then he shoots a guy and the guy dies. It's like, "Oh, I switched to the wrong clip."
We're not describing the Flash's pet. We're now describing the Punisher's pet.
Yeah,
Punisher would totally be the type to give a hamster a machine gun.
yeah.
And he's just looking on in the... Where Ace the Bat Hound is looking out in the background fuming, Punisher is looking on in the background with a proud tear in his eye.
The son I never had.
This one I used to have.
My Thanos son.
Oh, what the fuck is up with Frank? Okay. Supposedly, Kevin Smith on his podcast was able to get some information about what the original plans were for the Zack Snyder Justice League trilogy. Guess what it was?
It was a lot like the trilogy that we have now, but with more slow-mo.
It was actually it's basically imagine Avengers, but without Age of Ultron. Supposedly it was just...
somehow it's better.
Justice League 1 was... They beat, whatever, Darkseid's dipshit uncle, whatever, who cares. Justice League 2, Darkseid comes to Earth, they fight, Darkseid wins. And conquers Earth. Justice League 3, the Justice League comes back to Earth with the help of the Green Lanterns, and takes back Earth. Trilogy. Boom. There you go.
Oh, very nice.
I appreciate.
Absolutely no mention of the new gods, of course.
Of course, you can't. We're not allowed to have them. So, on one hand, I appreciate them trying to have the myth arc of Darkseid. On the other hand, they should have known this was way too close to Thanos, for one thing.
Right.
Way too close. And for another, while Darkseid plays an important part in the DC universe, he is not really the end-all, be-all villain.
Right.
He is the villain of chairs, though, isn't he?
Is he?
Yes.
He's the villain of Mary Marvel's couch. It bugs me not being able to see. It's kind of a thing that bugs me with Avengers too, that we're going to miss out on several Avengers movies. Several Avengers villains, because the limited movies. Like, I'm never gonna get Kang the Conqueror.
But we could now. I'm still crossing my fingers.
We can, but we won't get Kang the Conqueror versus the classic Avengers.
Right.
And for Justice League in the same situation, it would. We wouldn't get. Oh, I was gonna say Brainiac, but I guess he's a Superman villain, isn't he?
Right.
But I think of like the White Martians and I am completely spacing. Pink, help! Tag in, Pink. Help me here.
Jeez.
Because I'm trying to
now
think.
Now my mind's on Brainiac.
Yeah. You can't think past Brainiac because he's the other big like Avengers level villain.
Right. Can we get Queen Bee? That'd be pretty interesting.
Queen Bee would be interesting. Like, and now I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to go to anything that will provide me ideas. Like I'm going to the Justice League TV show.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay,
it's hard to come up with a villain that isn't just known as somebody else's villain, because you've got that whole Injustice Society or Injustice League or whatever,
and the ones
which comprises of basically everyone else's villains.
If they want to do something different than Avengers, they should have done it in Justice League. They should have.
Right.
Instead of having them face off against one big villain, face off against an equal, opposite evil
team.
All
the villains.
Yeah. And then you'd get interesting moments like Superman interacting with Joker or Batman interacting with Luthor, right?
Right.
I'm always up for a big Batman versus Luthor storyline, though, so I guess I'm weird. But, what was I going to say? Like, the other thing is, like, a lot of Justice League's villains, upon thinking, like, are goofy enough that, like, I could see Marvel using them, but DC would be too scared. Like, the DC wouldn't use Eclipso.
Yeah.
They wouldn't use Despero. Like, how many of the Justice League villains come from space, now that I think about it?
A good majority of them.
Yeah. Was going to say Ares, but Wonder Woman already used him. But you get what I'm saying.
Right.
Just sticking with the idea of, we're going to have one grand overarching villain for the entire trilogy, it's like, but Avengers is already doing it with a character who started off as a ripoff of Darkseid. And the problem with introducing Darkseid, the original, after the ripoff got his first movie, is people are going to think Darkseid's just a ripoff of Thanos.
Right.
Ugh. And
here's the thing that the DC cinematic universe is lacking: Booster Gold.
Yes,
you are super right. That actually kind of leads into what I've been doing this past week. So I guess we'll talk more about Booster later then.
All right.
And one last bit of news, one that involves Addy, conveniently enough now that Addy's preoccupied and had to mute himself. A new character from Mortal Kombat 11 has been revealed. It's Kano. He's back, baby. So, Addy, I'm sure you're happy to have another main back. If you can't get Ermac, you'll at least get Kano.
I mean, he's the first one they've announced. What is with that costume?
It's a lot closer to the movie.
Yeah.
Now, here's the crazy thing. They showed off another outfit he gets. Thing
Yeah.
is, apparently Kano's real big in Brazil.
Oh,
So guess what the other outfit for him was that they showed off?
Eddie Gordo.
No. It's a Cangaceiro skin, which I assume is like some kind of... I assume it's something culturally to do with Brazil. But this is what it looks like, if you give me a moment to get the timestamp. And here you go. Oh, that's... Oh, Jesus. Thank you, Google, for providing me with that block of text. I love when Google does that. Okay, here, you guys get this instead. It's...
Oh, I like it.
I like it too, but you're going to say what immediately comes to your mind, aren't you?
Yeah, so I think that immediately came to my mind is gay pirates, but
Specifically gay.
Specifically gay. That's a unique phrase, isn't it? Ah, okay. Cangaceiros were a type of bandit in Brazil during the 19th and 20th centuries.
so I wasn't completely wrong with the pirate part, at least.
They were known for rebelling against the government.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's...
Oh, it's like his face is reminding me of something, and I couldn't put my finger on it, but now he kind of looks like Austin Aries to me.
Everybody's been saying that he looks exactly like him.
This is Austin Aries after his school got crushed in. This is his reconstructive surgery.
We've got Cody Rhodes in Resident Evil, now Austin Aries crossing over to Mortal
Cody
Kombat.
Rhodes is in Devil May Cry.
Yeah, that one.
Leonardo DiCaprio is in Resident Evil. Pink's like, oh, wait, I gotta look up Resident Evil now.
Yeah. I have to go back and play that game, darn it.
What other wrestlers do we have appearing in video games aside from Ronda Rousey because she doesn't count?
Oh, man. Could you imagine if they actually announced that Austin Aries was going to be voicing Kano in the new game?
But he does it in a shitty Australian accent.
A really awful one.
Yeah, like he just puts on his best crocodile Dundee.
He just starts yelling, "Shrimp, Barbie."
Or the C word.
And everybody else in the story doesn't react. They're just like, "Oh, it's Kano."
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. So I'm curious what they'll do with Kano, since now with the new variation system, you can just pick and choose whatever moves you like. So I'm like, Addy, what's your favorite Kano variation in Mortal Kombat X?
The laser one.
Okay, now is
The
there
red
any
one.
part of the other two that you like?
I didn't mind his combat grab version. I just didn't like that it was blue. So if they give him combat grabs, then I'm fine with that.
Oh, and you can probably customize the color of his thing now. So hey,
Yeah, I can make it black. Make it look like it's not working.
yeah. Isn't that Kano's heart?
Yeah, I think so.
That would actually be awesome if that's what that animation plays when Kano dies. That the light just goes out and he falls over.
But then wait,
That should be his Harakiri if they ever bring Harakiris back. He just turns it off and dies of a heart attack.
Yeah, he opens his bracelet to reveal the Predator, like self-destruct bracelet thing.
Ah, the Predator.
Alright, Kid Concrete Harkinian.
Ah, Jesus.
I have all of the freaking Legend of Zelda CGI cutscenes in one video on my PC.
Of course you do. Like we were saying before the recording started, when Addy was starting life and he had to make his character sheet, he decided to take points out of his immunity system and instead put points into memes. Your meme skill is at 9.
Yeah, I got a +3 on meme rolls.
Your meme save throw is +2.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta pass the saving throw to understand this meme. And Addie's like, everybody stand back. I got this.
So yeah. Do we now go to the segment where I post pictures?
I guess we do. All right, hand me tell me when the timestamping shall begin.
All right, then put one up now.
Shoot. Eat the pooch. Why? One of them's... Okay.
Because he can teleport, he has the reality stone.
Oh, of course he does.
You will like the next one, I think. Post another.
Okay. Oh, come. Oh, shut up. I hate depression memes.
I mean, it's not that it is depression. I just like the setup.
I do appreciate the guile, though. The guile bison.
And this is actually not a meme that I got from the internet. This is one that I encountered in the wild. So
In the wild.
This next one actually comes from from a physics textbook that was in my school's library. So
Uh-oh.
yeah, so put up a timestamp now.
Oh no, this isn't gonna be good. Alright, shoot.
In the wild.
Did you take this picture with your phone?
Yeah. I mean, it's the only thing I had on hand.
No, I'm glad you're learning journalistic skills, Eddie. Hot off the presses. Pink, what's your best J. Jonah impression?
I don't have one.
Oh, give me pictures of Spider-Man. Give me pictures of Hungarian Spider-Man. Damn it, Eddie, get my office out right now. No, wait, get out of my office. You're fired. Wait, nope. Is Pink stuck being my Robbie then?
I guess so.
Oh, Jesus.
And then on the top it says science and erudition.
I think that's going to be our thumbnail.
Because yeah, before we recorded, I told you that I have a couple of thumbnail worthy pictures.
Well, here we have it.
That'll be our thumbnail, and the title for the podcast will be "You Piss the Pachinko, Pissing for Pachinko Points."
Yeah.
Pachinko the Piss Droplets. That's what it was. Pachinko the Piss Droplets. So this podcast's gone amazingly.
Yeah.
All right. So, this past week has just been another clusterfuck for me and my schedule, and I have done a very poor job of actually releasing videos. So, I'm sorry about that, and we will try to get more videos out this coming week. So, hey, yeah, this week will probably actually be when that Rainbow Six video that we talked about comes out. Hey!
Excitement.
Pink, do you have anything coming out on your channel?
No, I do not.
Eddie, you got anything coming out on your channel?
I hope that I can do something once I'm not sick.
Don't we all? Other than that, probably more Sengoku Basra and more Scribblenauts, more of the same. Or, well, probably not more Scribblenauts, because I am much too busy to record that, but, Alright. And so we move on to the final segment. Pink, what have you done this past week?
Well, as we talked about previously, Piranha Plant came out. So I've been playing a lot of Smash Brothers.
I haven't
I
got to play
think,
with him yet. I mean, well, I got to try him out in training mode, but
yeah, he's really friggin' fun.
I I thought so. Everybody
Like,
was losing their shit like, oh my god, Piranha Plant, what a waste of a slot. And I'm just thinking, all the weird characters are the best characters in Smash.
right. I I'm actually not sure where he falls in the weight category because he tends to walk a little slow, I think, but he moves like a middleweight, I would say.
Yeah, his
So
ups.
I thought he'd be a lot lighter, but he's actually kind of heavy.
I remember the Twitter leaks said that he was going to be light, Joker was going to be fast, and whoever the next guy was going to be medium. I mean, yeah, Piranha Plant was going to be heavy, and Joker was going to be light.
Ah,
So, but when I did get to practice with him, yeah, his up smash seems his up special seems really, really good for recovery.
yes, it's a lot like K Rules, and I think these two have the best recovery in the game thus far.
Really, K. Rool the best recovery.
Yeah, he's got the little propeller thing like Piranha Plant.
I know he's got that, but I'd still give it to Kirby.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I don't think Kirby's ever going to be beaten for recovery. The fact that he gets the quintuple jump and the sword makes him way too
Right,
good at it.
that is true. So yeah, Kirby's probably top tier in vertical recovery.
But I'm curious with it didn't seem like his normals were that great. It seemed like that was a bit of an awkward problem.
His neutral B, it's kind of situational because if you turn the control stick, he'll kind of push the little spiny to the left or right, depending on which way you're
His special
pointing.
his special seemed great, but I was talking about the normals.
Oh, the normal attacks. I don't think they're bad. I think he's on par with like Mario and whatnot.
I
I've
I can't figure
I've
out what
not had much issue with him this far.
I can't figure out what Mario's strengths are supposed to be in Smash. He just
He has none.
he just kind of he's supposed to be the same tier as everybody else, but he just seems like he just pales in comparison.
Right. It's like I'm not a big fan of Mario. I often prefer the Doctor over normal Mario just because his down special is that little tornado thing and not Flood, and I cannot use Flood to save the life. Uh, Not to save the life of me, for the life of me.
The problem with Flood
But
is that you need to prepare it beforehand.
right. With Mario, it's all about racking up the damage, getting them off the side, and then doing the forward aerial to get the spike. And I think that's all there is to Mario. He's not the most exciting character for me to play. I'm sure there are pros out there in the world that have 1,000 different options with him, but to me, Mario is very basic and very repetitive, I would say. So I'm not a big fan of him. Even though my Jigglypuff, it's like Jigglypuff is my main, and I usually go through the same steps with her. So don't ask me why I prefer her over somebody like Mario when I find one mundane and the other to be exciting. But that's just me.
Well, the thing with Mario is I think both you and me spend a lot of time fighting the CPU. And while
Right.
the cape flip can reflect projectiles and it can spin them around so that their attacks will miss, the primary effect of the cape flip at this point is the fact that it reverses controls, and that is just useless against the AI. It doesn't
Oh,
work.
I had no idea it reverse controls.
Oh yeah, it reverses controls.
Is that new to the series, or was that always a thing?
I have no idea. I never played Brawl against other people.
Ah,
But, well, you can read that. Have you actually read the tips section for any of the characters?
I've not.
Because it lists that for the cape flip that you should read the tips for some characters. Some characters are just so simple you might as well not. Like Samus is a simple character. There's nothing complex about her.
Right.
But for some of the really complex characters like Ryu and Ken, it's a big help.
I should definitely look into that for you and Ken because I absolutely suck with those characters.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to Piranha Plant. The spike ball, the spike ball seemed really good to me, but I can see how it might be situational.
Yeah, it will miss a lot because it doesn't have a normal trajectory. It's not like your typical projectile. But it does kill at a decently low damage. I know I've killed some people on the off side of the screen at like 60%.
Does it? I've heard it picks up damage the longer you charge it.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I think it does because it picks up damage the closer the ball is to Piranha Plant's mouth when he throws it.
Ah, nifty.
Yeah, I think Piranha Plant's up special might be the only special he has that isn't a charge.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Oh, the poison spit is rough though, because the timing on that is so specific.
Right.
The fact that it's one of the ones that burns out if you charge it too much. Is it also not kind of weird that he changes colors mid-match? I mean, I get that they're trying to reference the other varieties of Piranha Plant. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Probably the only character that does that as well.
Is there not one character that changes costumes with it? Huh. In hindsight, I'm kind of surprised that Mega Man doesn't change color with his moves, because that's what he does in the games, but... Oh, I guess that'd make matches confusing when there's multiple Mega Mans, wouldn't there?
That is true.
Just make one of them the Captain S version of Mega Man.
Make one of them bad box art Mega Man.
Yeah.
Like the full on Street Fighter versus Tekken one with the paunch and everything. Bless you.
Thank you.
That may be the first time that one of us that isn't me sneezed live on recording.
Well, I've been sneezing through the whole recording. I've just been able to hide it.
Right. So let's see. Let me retrace my steps. A lot of Smash. That's the only thing I played this week because I've been working all week. I didn't get a day off until Thursday, and I was sick on Thursday. No.
Were we all sick this week?
It was yesterday, Friday. Friday I was sick, and that was my only day off since Wednesday, I want to say, and Wednesday was when I played Smash. So
were we all
going further back than that, on Sunday I watched the Royal Rumble and got 2 hours of sleep before work, and not even that. It was probably more like 90 minutes.
Oh, cool! How was the Royal Rumble?
I enjoyed it. I think the right people won the Rumbles. It's hard to say because
I don't know who won the Rumbles.
Right, you guys don't watch. Becky Lynch won the Rumble on the women's side, and Seth Rollins won the Rumble on the men's side. Becky will challenge Ronda at WrestleMania, and Seth will challenge Brock.
Becky will challenge Rollins for the true Royal Rumble winner title.
Wait, Rock is WWE champion?
Brock.
Oh, Brock.
Lesnar.
Okay. I thought Rock was WWE champion again. I was like, seriously? They brought him back again?
Yeah, he came back and won the Royal Rumble. Won the title at the Rumble again. It's a flashback of 2014 or whatever.
Yeah. So both of these are cases of actual wrestler has to win the Royal Rumble to challenge an MMA loser.
Actual wrestler has to win Rumble to challenge UFC fighter. That's WrestleMania for you.
That's WrestleMania 2019 for you. I think I'm happy not watching wrestling.
I'd say that I'm happy having cut wrestling out of my life for the most part.
Yeah. I still enjoy watching like the occasional shoot interview or that kind of thing. or playing the occasional wrestling game. It's just that so much of modern day TV is crap.
Right. I have the benefit of not being able to watch it at all until pay-per-view time. And then I basically just get all the highlights and some decent matches, and then I call it good.
All right, that's probably the way to do it. Oh, I heard Nia Jax beat the snot out of R-Truth and injured him.
Apparently so. I'm not sure how Truth allowed that to happen, because a seasoned professional like himself, who's been wrestling for the past millennium, probably shouldn't be getting injured in a run-in, but I don't know.
At the same time, Truth has been wrestling for the past millennium. Those fragile old bones aren't what they used to be.
That is true.
Yeah,
I heard he hurt his ankle and he fell into the ringside barricade and smashed his face a good bit.
I was about to say, well, isn't Nia Jax known for being a big klutz, but that sounds more like Truth's fault.
Yeah. Nia is not a safe worker, I would say, but I don't think it was her fault that Truth got hurt in this incident. I could be completely wrong. She could have gone out there and shoved him straight into the barricade with no protection, full force, but I don't know.
And I assume, was there a WWE title match of any kind, or did Lesnar not feel like showing up that day?
I know there had to have been yes, Brock faced Finn Balor.
And Finn Balor's dead now? When's the funeral?
Yes. It's like, everybody knew going into the Rumble that Finn wasn't going to win, because Lesnar is obviously not missing out on a WrestleMania payday. So I kind of don't understand the point of that match happening at all.
Have Lesnar beat on somebody the fans love so that Lesnar will get heat.
Right, but it's like, I'm not even sure if fans still love Finn anymore because he was on the shelf for so long, and his wave of momentum has drastically cooled since his days down in NXT.
So that's why they decided he was the one that's safe to feed.
We don't feel like protecting you any longer. Just go out there and lose.
I don't get with Lesnar. With Lesnar, I think nowadays there's either... I don't think with Lesnar there'd be any actual storyline heat. I mean, storyline heat doesn't exist anymore to begin with, because nowadays the fans cheer the heels and boo the faces. But
right.
Even that aside, I think nowadays there's pretty much just either people who are a fan of Lesnar because they love that UFC shit, or they just can't stand Lesnar because Lesnar's a mercenary and a well-known piece of shit in real life.
Right.
So
that's basically all you can do with Lesnar because he doesn't do normal dates.
Yeah, I don't see how I don't see how this would really benefit them that much, other than just saying, "Oh, he beat up your favorite indie darling, boo him," which doesn't apply with the IWC. And the IWC is all WWE's got left. It's like they left all their good boyfriends for the abusive boyfriend. And now the abusive boyfriend's the only one they've got left. And now they're just trying to appease the abusive boyfriend.
It's a good analogy.
The thing with all of the MMA fighters becoming wrestlers and all that, isn't that what killed whatever the freaking New Japan's precursor was? Like that the guy who owned it brought in 15 MMA fighters and then made everybody, even people who didn't have any experience, MMA fighters, and then had them wrestle like that.
I don't know very much about Japanese wrestling, but what you're saying sounds true.
Right.
Wrestling's not an industry that learns from mistakes. I mean, look at what's going on now, right? Because what is going on with this new company, AEW? What they're trying to do is just siphon off a ton of WWE's old stars. Because WCW did that, and TNA did that.
And those are all such booming successes.
Rather than actually, God forbid, making their own stars. I mean, bringing in a couple old wrestlers to get it off the ground, I get. But hopefully they don't try to just stick with letting WWE build the wrestlers and then they steal them like TNA and WCW did.
Right.
Also, there's this whole thing of everybody leaving WWE for work. Because
I would too.
Yeah, allegedly guys like Dean Ambrose and the Revival
and
both.
Shinsuke
And who?
Nakamura.
Oh, Nakamura. Yeah, him too. And Hideo Itami already left.
Didn't Hideo Itami, though, leave because he'd been injured all shit?
Yeah.
He'd been injured a lot, but he had been on the active competing roster for a while there. He was in a title match in Fatal 4-Way on Sunday, but it was also for the Cruiserweight Championship, and since he's on 205 Live, no wonder he's leaving.
And that's a whole 4 or 5 years down the toilet.
Yep.
Back to being Kenta.
Yep.
Kenta in all caps. Is it not weird that that's how we divide them? There's Kenta with regular capitalization, and there's Kenta in all caps, and that's how you're supposed to tell the difference between the two. Yeah. All right. Did you get up to anything else, Pink?
I don't believe I did.
All right. Addy, what have you been up to this past week? I'm going to go ahead and guess for honor.
Yeah. Just grinding money with For Honor, and then also, well, I've been having a lot of schoolwork, and not really schoolwork, but whatever, just editing videos for school because reasons. So there was that. Prom was yesterday, actually.
Did you laugh at the nerds?
There were no nerds.
There are no nerds in Hungary?
Well, not in my school, no.
There. Oh, okay. Is your school like 5 people?
No, but it's not a big school, no. Like, I think there's 200 to 300 of us overall.
There's nerds in 200 to 300. There's nerds.
Well, none of them appeared because, you know,
They were too busy being stuck in lockers.
there are no lockers, so it would be hard.
Stop ruining my joke!
We're gonna say everything about Addy's school, and Addy's gonna say there is no
There is no school.
But yeah, like the thing is, it was mandatory for us, the seniors or whatever the hell, I don't know the English equivalents, but whatever, the 12th graders. It was mandatory for us to appear, even with this, not everybody appeared from us, but whatever. And then for everybody else, it was just a thing that they could attend if they wanted to.
Did they have to bring in the seniors just to make sure that there would be a crowd so it wouldn't just be 5 people?
Yeah. So.
Because, I mean, with prom in the modern day, I think even if, like, there's still some illusion about, like, oh, the prom is great, and there's a lot of that. But even nowadays, though, there's still a lot of people that are like, well, why would I just not go out and do something else that's actually fun instead that night?
Yeah. Yes.
Because, I mean, even couples are going to just go have their date somewhere else.
Yeah, the only reason I attended this prom, aside from, you know, it being mandatory because I'm a 12th grader, is that it was mandatory because I'm the freaking media guy of the school, so I had to record that shit.
You are the media.
Yay. Yeah, I'm the media guy. That's the official name that was given by the principal.
He knighted you.
Have an
There was
official
a sword
title
and everything.
Yeah.
I hereby dub thee media guy. Sounds like a lame superhero name.
Yeah.
Addy's standing on top of the school roof with a cape billowing behind him, and it's just stapled
No.
to his shirt.
No, it's that guy from Teen Titans who could like use VHSs, trap people in them and shit.
That'd actually be a great superpower. I was gonna go lamer than that. My superpower is I can record you and edit it into a video. Da 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 da.
But yeah,
I can produce ad packages.
I mean, you joke, but that's basically all I've been doing for the school. Making ads.
Yeah, you've told us before.
But yeah. So what happened with school is that I had a thing for with the prom. The thing is, nobody really speaks to me because they see me as somebody who's transcended them or something. I don't freaking know.
Transcended them.
You're above the average students.
I'm imagining Addie in like the Dr. Manhattan in the science lab.
No.
And he's,
No,
like,
I'm
he's
doing-
making
I'm
the
doing-
Christ pose floating above them.
No, I'm doing the Zenyatta ult.
The seniors are all dancing and he's just floating through the middle. Handing out condoms with the 8 arms.
Experience tranquility. A safe sex.
Experience not having children.
But yeah. So, like, I don't mean transcended. Yeah.
The condoms are the orbs that surround him like Zenyatta.
Yeah.
When he's not in transcendence, he just shoots them out like Zenyatta. And they're not landing in people's hands. They're like, some are getting stuck in girls' hair. It's going in some dude's mouth. It lands on a guy's cup of punch.
And then I do the alternate fire where I just get like 5 of them in a bunch and then shoot them out like a shotgun.
You two look close. You're going to need this tonight. A guy gets one stuck in his glasses. And the principal's just standing there like, I'm so... Do exactly as I trained you, Addie.
But yeah, so like with my class, it's a weird thing because like I've been asked to request things for the class because I'm of a higher rank, which is actually what they told me.
You're the go-between.
Yeah.
It's like you're Morgan Freeman in Shawshank. I suppose every joint's got a guy like me.
So yeah. But I had a good night freaking making fun of a guy.
Most people do.
You went to prom to make fun of a guy.
I mean, basically, because...
That's why there's no nerds at your school, Addie, because you're the fucking bully. You've wiped them out.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, I talk the same way I talk to the bullies, just the same way I talk to the bullied, so... Yeah, I have a weird place in the school.
You're the middleman.
Yeah.
It's the circle of life.
But yeah, like basically what happened is that there's this kid who's hyperactive, like genuinely has papers of it.
Don't tell us. Don't actually tell us
No.
about you bullying a kid, for God's sakes.
No. The thing is, he was bragging about being able to chug freaking beer.
Oh, there we go. Now we've got an explanation. Now we've got a justification.
Yeah. So he gets himself like this really long glass of beer, and then he drinks that. And then jokingly,
wait, let's go back a second. Did you say beer? Did you say he got beer at the prom?
Yeah.
So did they give out beer at the prom, or did he sneak it in?
So here's how this prom, well, our school's prom works. It's not held in a school. It's held in well, I'd call it a bar, but it's not. It's like this historical place that's supposed to be like a real, like fancy restaurant, but the food sucks ass, and I haven't even in the 3 years I've been freaking going to the proms.
A tavern?
Yeah, basically a tavern without rooms.
Okay. Because if there are rooms, that would lead to another problem. It's one thing to get kids drunk. Providing them rooms would... Speaking of the condom shooting.
Yeah. But, so yeah. And the thing is, this is not a kids-only event. Like, the parents are also invited. So, you know.
Ooh. What happens when the parents get drunk?
Uh,
Hey, son, you were an accident. Funnily enough, you were made at our prom. Oh, Jesus.
So yeah, he actually got permission to drink beer. Well, to drink one beer. So he went and got himself a beer. He drank that, and then he started bragging about being able to drink two, like, what's the normal serving of beer? What's it called?
A pint?
A keg.
I don't know.
Like a keg of beer. He can drink like two kegs of beer.
That
And
is
shit like that.
physically impossible.
Or not kegs. Freaking, I'm mixing it up. Let me
Two
check the
kegs of
word.
beer. And then he died. You can't drink that much water.
Jug. That's the one I was going for. Or a pitcher. That's also...
Over here we go with just a cup or a can.
Yeah, so that he can drink a jug of or two jugs of beer before it hitting him. So there's this other kid that's
How did he find that out?
I don't know.
Alcoholism?
Probably. But yeah, so there was this other kid next to us because we were at the table like facing each other with the other kid, and he was sitting next to the other kid, who was like, "Then show us, get another beer." And then this became a joke. I was just telling him to get more and more beer without him actually getting one. So after a while, he got fed up.
So you think maybe he's actually being truthful? It actually ain't affecting him. He's going back and he's drinking more, and you don't even know.
No, the thing is, he didn't buy one for a while. So he leaves. He gets up. He leaves us alone because he got fed up with us pestering about buying beer and his alcoholism, and also weed came up somehow.
As it does.
Oh right, because he's friends with the class bothead.
Ah,
That's why. Yeah. So
if you were gonna say that they were handing out weed at the prom, I was gonna shit.
no, they don't. Yeah. So he leaves. He drinks like Jim Beam. He steals Jim Beam from a girl, like a can of Jim Beam that he will defend that it was cola or soda.
Cola.
Yeah.
Liquor cola.
Then after he drunk this can of Jim Beam, he comes back, and then after a while it came up again to that he should buy another beer. So then he bought another one. He drank that, and then he brought another one, and he drank that.
You're encouraging alcoholism.
So after four like long glasses of beer, he was out. Like, but he wasn't knocked out cold. He just wasn't. Well, it hit him basically.
The body moved, but the mind was not present.
Yeah, a bit. Like, he did the most pathetic dancing that I've ever seen.
Oh God, tell me he didn't floss.
No, he's the type of guy who won't know. Like, he'd do it when he's sober.
Okay. Drunk though, he just punched himself in the ass, fell over, landed flat on his face, laid on the ground for a little bit, and he farted and twitches.
No, the thing he
Pukes a
did
little
was
bit.
you know that boogie dancing or whatever the hell where people like do circles around their hands with the other hand.
Sure.
Yeah, he did that to every song.
To every song.
And it's like, it doesn't matter if it was freaking it YMCA came up, he did that. What other songs came up that I recognized?
The easiest song in the world to dance to is YMCA. Everyone knows that one.
Like Coco Jumbo came up. I'm not sure if you know that one. He does like that to that. Freaking Gypsy Music came up. He does like that to that. Freaking dubstep came up. He translated to that. So safe to say that he was hearing other music in his mind.
Oh, I'm hoping this story doesn't end with, and then we found him in a ditch the next day, and his throat had been slit.
No, I mean, last time we saw him when we were leaving, he was waiting for his dad outside to go home. So I'm assuming he went home fine.
You're assuming.
We'll cross our fingers.
Now that's real bad, because now you're implying that you don't know, and if it does turn out something fucking happened to him next week, I'm gonna feel bad. Jesus. So that's what's going on in Hungary this week, huh?
Yeah, drinking. So the usual.
Underage drinking.
No, he's actually overage.
Not in America, he ain't.
Well, not in America, but we're not in America either. And
Right.
and over here, the drinking age is 18. So
it probably should be over here, but you know.
Yeah.
Fuck it, you can serve in the military or you can't drink.
Then, what else? Oh, right, they had stand-up comedy. That was...
Please tell me they were drunk too.
No, but the guy did probably like cancel another stand-up thing he had, and then came back to drink with one of the teachers.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no, that's not going anywhere good.
I mean, I don't know what happened, because like we left.
You don't want to know what happened.
Yeah. We left at like 12 a.m. and then the thing went on until like 2 a.m.
Why?
So yeah.
Do you not?
I don't know.
Did you not have class in the morning?
No. I mean, it ended at 2 a.m. today, so no.
Jesus. Okay, I want to ask Pink this. I didn't go to my prom, but they had made the stupid ass choice of putting it on like a Monday or Tuesday night. Did they do it with your high school prom? Were they?
I didn't go to prom either, but I almost want to say they did it like the middle of the week as well, like Wednesday or Thursday.
Which is the stupidest possible place to put it.
Right. Like you could have it on Friday, lead it into the weekend, but no.
But yeah, like speaking of prom, I have a couple of funny prom stories, like how one of my classmates was told by the principal not to drink as much as last year because last year he had triple vision.
Too late.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm way ahead of you, principal. Oh. To alcohol, the solution to and source of all of our problems. Simpsons is great.
Yeah. There's also this thing where the principal didn't accept one of the videos I made for prom because he wanted me to make a video of how the new building that we're in is going and all that. Thing is, everybody declines when I ask them to record them, and it's in the law that I can't record them if I don't. Well, I can record them. They'll just probably like sue the school or something.
Morals. Bleh. All right.
Yeah, so that's for real life. For video games, I didn't play a lot aside from for the most of the week. As for today, I went back and played a round of Smite, actually.
Oh, that's a little bit of a blast from the past.
Yeah.
And by the past, I mean a couple months ago, but you know.
I went with. Well, I found a game where I could actually beat Uller, and I've only trained with Uller beforehand, so I won't be completely shit. It's weird because I can do like sniper shots with his tree, but I can't do anything else.
That's like, That's the opposite of when you. I was about to say that's the opposite of ring rust. Because we've talked so much about having the opposite of rust, so now it's the opposite of rust. Oh wait, that's just rust.
What we want me in it?
Oh, I'm having a great time today. Detective work is like science. Rust is the opposite of rust.
Put that on a shirt.
And then put the picture I posted under it.
Just complete non sequiturs. Rust is the opposite of rust. Thought. It'll be real big with the kids.
Yeah.
Okay, Addy, elaborate.
Well, as much as actually, since they added the Heartseeker, I believe they added it to Hunters again. I actually tried making a new build that's basically just my old Uller build with Heartseeker replacing one of the items. Didn't work out, so I went back to using my old build for Uller. I can actually kill people somewhat when I don't miss all of the shots.
Yeah, it's usually good to not miss.
Yeah.
Is there any game where it has been good to miss?
I'm sure there's got to be at least something out there.
Probably any game where the enemies can take hostages.
Yeah. Probably WarioWare.
I can see that being a thing. It just says up on screen, miss, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yep, that sounds like WarioWare.
So, yeah, it was a weird game of me like suddenly becoming good for 2 seconds and then going back to being rusty. And just another cycle of that until the team killed the other team. And then I had this freaking ongoing rivalry with freaking Hera. Because she would only send Argus on me, and she would only target me when I was near. So in return, I freaking targeted her to defend myself. So that happened. Actually, I did play other games during the week because I played a bit of Watch Dogs 2.
Oh,
it does exist.
I thought you'd already beaten Watch Dogs 2.
I have.
Oh, you're going through again?
Yeah, I saw another playthrough. I don't know when, and then now I'm just slowly chugging my way. Not even chugging, like freaking. It's just slowly, really slowly on a snail pace going through the game again. Because I don't like.
I'm imagining Marcus literally like crouch walking very slowly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you. He's got that.
Because like.
Oh, keep going. I veered off on too many stupid tangents today.
Because I want like. Sometimes I get the urge to play the game and then I start the game up and I'm like, I don't feel like it anymore. Which is basically the issue I've been having with a lot of games, like with the Ezio collection, or The Witcher, for example. The Witcher I've restarted for the 5th time. I've only played through the game once because every time I drop it. One could say that I drop it like it's hot.
Well, anyway. It is pretty hot, so. Now, I could be referring to its popularity, I could be referring to the multitude of sex scenes, either way. It is Witcher, so who knows?
Yeah. Other than that, I played Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Okay, how is it?
It most certainly does exist. It's like I'm not sure how much you'd like it because it follows a freaking samurai guy.
Oh, I'm sure I'll be fine.
But yeah, so it's basically like more Japanese themed Castlevania.
I'm fine with that. It's not that I hate samurai or anything. It's just that the modern weeb shit bothers me. I find it culturally disturbing.
Yeah. I enjoy the samurai culture. I don't like as weird as it is to say, after a certain like time, I don't like anime.
Yeah.
Because like there's this like time freaking
There's
thing,
eras.
whatever.
There are
Yeah,
definitely eras.
there's an era of anime that I like, and that's about it.
Because I can think of like there's a time period where it was like Gundam and Robotech and Berserk and Cowboy Bebop. And there's some that are Dragon Ball, Naruto, and Bleach. And then there's porn.
Yeah.
And sure, I'll take Robotech or Cowboy Bebop or Berserk, but fuck the other stuff.
So it's like, I don't know. In Castlevania, how do you get the other weapons? Like, as in, like, I remember there seeing like pictures of the protagonist getting like whips or not whips, things other than whips for normal attacks. Is that a thing?
Are you referring to Symphony?
I'm not sure, because I know that Symphony has Alucard and he doesn't have a whip, but
In classic Rondo, Richter just had the sub weapons, but he always had the whip. In
all right then.
Symphony, Alucard can pick up different variations of sword, and he can also occasionally find gloves that let him switch to hand. But other than that, Alucard's really only got two weapon styles. It only changes the length and speed of the sword or fists.
I see. Because yeah, in this game you have your basic guy who has a katana and then the sub weapons, and then as you go through the levels, you get more and more people added to your team that you can switch between on the level.
Oh,
So that
cool.
Yeah.
Can you switch between them on the fly, or do you have to go to like save points?
you can switch between them on the fly.
Okay, interesting. So that's like taking... Because Alucard had the mechanics where it could switch into bat form or wolf form or mist form. So it's like taking that and finding that as a way to vary up the gameplay style.
Yeah. So far I've went through the first two levels, and now my team is made up of the starting guy with the katana, a Belmont. It's not story wise, but basically just freaking Richter as a
Yeah.
woman.
Does she even get the whip too?
Yes.
Of course she does.
Yeah. Her normal attack is the whip, and then her sub weapons are throwing knives. So
There we go. Okay. I'm curious. Is this still about vampires? Is this a game about vampire samurai?
no, it's a game about Oni. But it's translated to demons, but just Oni really works, I think, because from what I remember, Oni is a vaguer term than demons.
Castlevania's got a lot of demons. It's usually assumed that Dracula like pulls on the powers of the devil somehow. I'd be really interested to see samurai vampires, just because that's not an idea that people have done yet.
I haven't reached any real point in the game yet, so who knows? Maybe the main antagonist is Dracula here as well.
Yeah.
Samurai Dracula.
He is in the public domain, so they can just go ahead and use him.
Yeah.
You even use a very similar design.
Oh no, actually, I think the main boss might be the moon.
Oh,
Cause
you're playing Terraria?
yeah, cause the
Oh,
the opening
God.
the opening cutscene text ends with the main guy will either kill the demons who killed his family, or he will kill the moon.
Guys,
Yeah?
something just dawned on me.
Yeah?
Eddie, you said we might be able to extend Game Pass because it's going to be going up for $1 again, right?
Yeah.
What if we went back and finished Terraria?
I'm up
Oh
for it.
god.
Because, hang on, the mistake we made was we didn't look up videos of how to beat Moonlord. We're going to have to rebuild because we destroyed everything,
Yeah.
but we can do it.
We can do it.
No,
Let's do it.
I
thing
need to
we
move
do
the
is
Freaking
Xbox.
do it.
I'd need to move the Xbox back to my room, but we can do it. Terraria: The
But here-
Return may come back faster than we were expecting.
Oh
the thing.
man.
Here's the thing with all that. We can't really rebuild from what we had, so we need to make a new world with all of our current shit.
Oh wow, we'd have to start hard mode again, so we just go down and beat
Yeah.
the wall of flesh with our in-game characters.
Yeah, we should.
The Eye of Cthulhu is like, I'm here to wipe out the noobs. Oh god!
I wasn't thought about this.
Mega sharks everywhere.
But yeah, so with Bloodstained, I say it's pretty fun. I told you this before recording, but I actually find it funny how they have a veteran and a casual mode, and the casual mode, like the only changes it makes is that it removes knockback by getting hit, and then it gives you infinite life, so you don't get game over.
Oh, interesting. Because when Symphony gets hard, it's because of the knockback. Because Alucard might be the most knockback heavy character in any video game ever. And it's a real problem because there are a lot of times where you can get knocked back into a previous room. And Symphony is a game that is old enough that the room transition will cause enemies to despawn and respawn. So you'll lose all your progress in a room if a monster punches you too hard and Alucard goes into the next room. So that's interesting to hear that they changed that. But what Castlevania at the same time isn't very big on its invincibility frames. Would it not be a problem of getting the shit comboed out of you by these guys?
No, you get a good amount of invincibility frames.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so I tried on veteran mode, and then like the issue wasn't that that the knockback was an issue, or anything. It was the limited lives, because in true Konami fashion, even though it's not Konami, they give you 3 lives, 4 technically, whatever. And whenever your health, yeah.
Even Symphony doesn't have lives.
And yeah, like I wouldn't have had a lot of issue with veteran because I need to get used to knockback for Rondo anyway. But just not being able to reach the oh no, not actually. I'm lying, because my issue wasn't even that there were lives that I would get game overed. My issue was that I'd get sent back to the freaking start of the level every time I died.
Ooh, that's a Rondo. That's Rondo right there.
So yeah, to counter that, I restarted the game on casual because I actually want to finish the game sometime.
That is perfectly understandable. I guess that's kind of there just for the hardcore guys that insist that they have to play it classic style.
Yeah.
I guess it's good to include that for those people. The only problem is when the achievements are attached to it.
Yeah. I mean, there probably are.
There probably are, but at the same time, I guess you could just practice enough on casual that you'd eventually be able to go through veteran without much issue.
Yeah.
All right. Did you play anything else?
I also played Assassin's Creed Rogue.
Okay, so it's the alternative to Black Flag, except it's on 360, yeah?
No, it's the alternative to Unity.
Oh, right. Okay, I forgot about that.
So yeah, it is just Black Flag, but closer to Connor's time, and that's about it.
So it's just Black Flag.
It's not just Black Flag. So far I've been saying a lot. So yeah, so far it has just been Black Flag, but they're adding in more and more things that make it mechanically different than Black Flag otherwise. Because for example, you know how you could free burrows in Syndicate?
No.
Alright, well in Syndicate, you get free burrows by doing missions for certain people. That actually started with this game, because in this game you get free burrows by taking over gang buildings, I guess.
Oh, okay, so it's got like a turf warfare mechanic like San Andreas.
Yeah, kind of. And the thing is, the gang is the assassins. So it's kind of weird that way, but yeah. Like, they're just referred to as the gang or the criminals so far.
The assassins are referred to as criminals.
Yeah.
I mean, it's accurate.
So, aside from that, it also has a renovation mechanic, but instead of renovating, your house or something like you do in Unity, you renovate renovate the city. Like you just give money and resources to build a new church and shit.
That actually
And
sounds
then
pretty cool.
yeah, then you can pick up money either in the city or on the Morrigan.
Huh. You can upgrade your ship?
Oh yeah, you can still upgrade your ship as well, and then you can also upgrade yourself. And there's still freaking crafting, because of course there's crafting.
Huh. Alright.
So yeah, so far I'd say that it's Black Flag. If Black Flag had more good parts, but then this game does start off with a freaking ship tailing mission. So maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, Jesus. I feel like I did actually wind up hearing about that with Rogue, that it was better than Black Flag in some ways. I don't know about the story, because wasn't Black Flag supposed to have one of the best stories?
Yeah, just the only story part, or the only thing about the story that I've heard is that it's short.
I'd imagine the story would be pretty short, considering it was the kind of the B game they were working on, but...
Yeah, but there's one thing that you need to know about Shane. Is that he makes his own luck.
Oh boy, does he have a catchphrase?
Yep, and it's I make my own luck.
Ah.
Or at least that's why I have done a shitty Irish accent. What the hell?
Close enough.
Yeah.
In my life, I've learned to never trust anyone named Shane.
He's not Shane, he's Shay.
Oh, Shay. Okay, he's probably fine then. Take away the N and it's good. Alright.
Yeah, just like with Aiden.
I don't know. Ada is considerably less trustworthy. Which is saying
No,
something.
Aid.
Huh?
Oh right. There's a spelling of that name with an A. I always spelled with an E for the second one, so that would just be Aid.
Alright. Guys, is there anything else?
I don't think so, no.
Alright. So on my end, I've spent this week doing a shit ton of schoolwork. I, at one point, in the space of 5 hours, did 4 weeks worth of classwork for one class. Yeah. I've also done a ton of stuff that I needed to do, like applying to college, applying to 4-year colleges and such, so it was mostly pretty boring on my end. Also, of course, I was really fucking sick. Because that's the perfect time when I'm overcome with schoolwork. It's great being sick.
Absolutely.
And I think, like I said, all 3 of us were sick this week, which was interesting. And other than that, in terms of video game... Oh, I'll get to video games in a little bit, because I'll probably talk about Resident Evil 2 quite a bit. So, in terms of movies, I got to see a little bit of Black Panther, even though I watched it last year, but I got to see a little bit of it again because it's on Netflix. Didn't stay there for the whole movie, but I did see roughly from the scenes in... Where was the city in China that they went?
I don't remember.
Oh, no, it wasn't Chinese. Was it Korea? I think it was South Korea. It was South Korea. The parts in South Korea, roughly to the part of spoilers. Fucking the movie's been out for a year. The part where Killmonger kills Claw, that's about when I watched, and I still like it, but there are some parts where the CG on the Black Panther suit has not aged well.
Ha.
And that Korea car chase, mostly solid. But there's a particular part that I think Pink's going to remember as well. There's a part where Claw shoots a car that Okoye and Nakia are driving in. And Okoye
Right.
does a big backflip off of it and tries to land all cool. Nakia, the car is destroyed around her, but the seat and the steering wheel stay, and she just skids.
Yes.
She skids on the seat to a halt, still holding the steering wheel. And I looked at that and I thought, that might be that's got to be one of the absolute dumbest jokes Marvel's ever done. That's some.
Yes.
That is some
That's something
Looney
you would
Tunes shit.
see in like an old black and white film for comedy.
Yeah, it's Groucho Marx or Charlie
Yes.
fucking Chaplin. It was so weird.
It's very cartoon.
And it's like, it just comes so out of nowhere. And Claw, I appreciate that. I appreciate that they're kind of trying to go for it with Claw, making Claw a stupid idiot like he is in the comics. Perhaps they went a little bit far. When Claw is just sitting in the interrogation room singing What Is Love, that was a little goofy. But, yeah. Do I think it deserves the Best Picture? Probably not. Do I think it should still beat out its competitors for Best Picture? Sure. I'd love to see an MCU film win Best Picture just for the sake of an MCU film winning Best Picture.
Heck yeah.
And other than that, I also got to see a good bit more of Season 2 of Punisher. I've not finished it yet, though I have reached Episode 10, so we're in the final runnings. On one hand, it manages to avoid the classic MCU TV show problem of solving the conflict halfway through the show. They decide to have both villains running around at the same time rather than dealing with the old problem of first half of the season's villain 1, second half of the season's villain 2. So they try to have their cake and eat it too. It works well when they properly do it, but they focus way too much on Billy Russo and not enough on John Pilgrim. The Billy Russo character is handled very, very poorly. He reminds me of like 2000s era portrayals of mental illness. You guys remember when a portrayal of mental illness was like a picture of broken glass, and then the guy, like, when they would have the guy like hold both hands on his head and scream and shake his head all around, and they'd portray it in fast motion? That's the depiction of insanity we get for Jigsaw. And it sucks ass! The actor also isn't doing a great job, though he isn't really being handed great material. And they're putting a lot of focus on his love interest for some reason. And this being a Marvel Netflix show, there's plenty of sex scenes between the two.
Oh, lovely.
And then being villains, this means, of course, they get into really fucked up fetishized sex, because how else are you supposed to know they're supervillains if they don't have weird sexual habits? Yeah?
So which one of them is the furry?
Well, Jigsaw does kind of have an alter thing with, like, he likes to wear this mask that makes it look like he's a piece of broken glass. Because the makeup team fucking phoned it in and couldn't actually make him look like a jigsaw puzzle. But Jon Bernthal is still an amazing Punisher. And it's the sad thing about Netflix Marvel coming to an end is that we're probably not going to get any more Jon Bernthal Punisher. That's easily the saddest thing about it. No more Jon Bernthal Punisher, no more Mike Coulter Luke Cage. Hopefully they can get good castings if the MCU decides to bring them in. Though something tells me the proper MCU is never going to see Punisher.
Probably not.
Luke Cage, maybe. But Luke Cage they'll wait on until, like... Not to be brutal, particularly brutal or cynical or anything, but I feel like they're going to wait on Luke Cage until Chadwick Boseman is done playing Black Panther. Just as a way of having, here's the designated minority movie. You know?
Yeah, that is true. I guess I could see that, but... I feel like they would wait a decent bit. You know, because they're not going to bring in Luke Cage right off the bat after he's been canceled from Netflix, but...
There's so little space now, though, with them bringing in the X-Men.
Oh, that's true. That's very true.
Because they're going to keep around Thor and a couple others, but otherwise, this is probably going to be the Fantastic Four and X-Men cinematic universe for a little bit. Now that most of the classic Avengers are gone.
Right.
So the Fox cinematic universe is what you're saying.
Right, but actually done well.
It'll be nice to have Fantastic Four in the limelight. Kind of odd how they started the Marvel Universe, but here we are in the MCU, and they're just now getting here.
Yeah, they're the new hot young guns.
Funny how that works out.
The wonders of giving Fox your license. My lungs are caving in on themselves. So, yeah, they are making some good choices with Punisher Season 2 on occasion. John Pilgrim is an interesting villain. And as I mentioned, that there's a certain scene of John Pilgrim that is very interesting. I won't say it because it's a spoiler, but I did mention it on the forum in the appropriate thread.
Yep, I saw that.
Yeah, it's interesting. You're left like, this must have been an interesting scene to film. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
You put your face down there, and you start talking about this. Yeah. And the last thing I've done this past... I read some of Justice League International, the classic run with... Was it Keith Giffen?
Keith Giffen.
Was,
Maybe.
Was he not the original Justice League International writer?
Let me Google that. Keith Giffen, JLI, rather.
Because I'm almost certain the writer's last name is Giffen, but I don't know if his first name is Keith. I'm gonna look like an idiot if it is not him.
Yeah, Keith Giffen.
Keith Giffen. There we go. All right. And yeah, it's a pretty solid comic. It's still in the early phases before it got really comedic. And I'm kind of waiting for it to get comedic. Because a lot of the serious drama boils down to Guy Gardner says something really stupid. Batman calls him an idiot. Someone else vouches for Batman. Batman also calls them an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
It does have more jokes than your average comic, though, which is nice. There's one that I really appreciated was... there's a moment where where Booster Gold says, "Oh, are we gonna really fight this big tough guy that's clearly gonna kick our asses?" Batman says, "Obviously we're going to fight him." Booster says to Canary, "He's joking, right?" And Canary says, "Well, last time he joked was 5 years ago, so I guess he's due for another." Booster's a lot of fun. Blue Beetle's not developed as a character yet, but Beetle and Booster have only had one dialogue bit so far, and it was them antagonizing each other. So the iconic blue and gold has not become a thing yet. But oh man, I got to the One Punch moment. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's really weird because it doesn't look like it's going to lead to an actual fight. It looks like Guy's just being Guy as per usual, and then Guy got a concussion. My favorite thing about that scene is that Martian Manhunter and Canary aren't there for it. Then they walk in, and Martian Manhunter's like, "Hello, everyone. Is that Guy on the floor?" The great thing is they make it look like he's whispering. Like he's questioning himself. Is that Guy on the floor?
Am I hallucinating?
And because there isn't any proper punctuation or capitalization in comic books, everything's in all caps. It almost looks like he isn't saying, "Is that Guy on the floor?" It looks like he's saying, "Is that Guy on the floor?" Oh, I miss Martian Manhunter. Why does DC hate all my favorite characters? The weird thing about reading this comic is at one point Batman insults Blue Beetle as being a young gun who doesn't know what he's doing yet. It's like, oh yeah, Ted Kord. Young rookie hero, Ted Kord.
Remember when that was the thing?
Yeah. Oh man, it's surreal to
In,
me.
in fairness, this might have been around the time they had just acquired them from Charlton.
Oh, it was 1987. They had certainly just gotten him.
Yep.
I can't believe Ted Kord's back. Of all the characters I actually expected to stay dead, Ted Kord was one of the biggest.
Yeah.
But now Booster Gold's suspected of murdering Wally West, so yay.
Wally's dead again.
I think they brought Wally back because the thing, like, I haven't been paying too much attention to this new storyline, this new crossover, you know, the big crisis. I haven't been paying attention to the new crisis yet, but apparently it's supposed to be like Booster was investigating the corpse and said Wally's corpse is from 5 days in the future, which implies that Wally's still alive, but somebody went 5 days in the future, killed Wally, then brought his corpse back.
That's complicated.
Which unfortunately makes Booster the prime suspect, because what DC hero is known for time travel? Booster. Good old DC. Now, Lord knows how they'll bring back Roy Harper.
Is Roy dead again?
Yeah, Roy and it was supposed to be Roy and Wally that were killed. Roy, Wally, and Hank Haywood. Because Hank Haywood's primary role is to die. Every fucking time they're like, oh, superhero died, things have gone bad, it's always fucking Commander Steel. I can't even keep track of which ones they are. This one might be the second or the third, I can't remember. Oh, Jesus. Comics.
Yep.
So on the note of Resident Evil 2, I have completed the Claire A scenario. They brought back the classic Resident Evil 2 system of scenarios. How it used to work was, you'd play, the game would start, and it would ask you to pick Claire or Leon. Whoever you picked would go through the A scenario, meaning they'd go through the game first. And they'd have certain bosses they could fight, certain areas they'd go to, but there are some things that were shared with the B scenario. After you finished the A scenario with that character, you took over as the character you didn't pick for the B scenario. He gets different rooms, different fights, and also the game remembered what items you picked up in the A scenario. So if you picked up too many items in the A scenario, your B scenario character would be screwed because he wouldn't get anything. There's an entire weapon, the SMG, that if you picked it up in the A scenario, the B scenario character could not get it. So that introduced an element of strategy where you had to understand, you had to think about it in the terms of, do I really need this, or will Leon need it? You know? And that was interesting. But here, because they've set it up where it's a proper save system where you can switch between different playthroughs on one save, now it has to just simply work on the assumption, when you play through the B scenario, it just assumes that whoever was playing the A scenario was just a complete and utter ass and took everything. Which means the B scenario is now crazy difficult. Because there's legitimately no handgun ammo for your default handgun. Nice thing is Leon and Claire both get an extra handgun they can pick up only on the B playthrough, and it has a unique type of ammo. Bad thing is that unique type of ammo is extraordinarily rare. I do appreciate, though, the alternative weapons they get. Because Leon starts off with... Leon's classic pistol is the Matilda, which he can eventually upgrade to become a fully automatic pistol, pretty much just an SMG. But his new kind of pistol he can get is the classic World War II M19A11. And the great thing about it is, unlike every other pistol animation in the game, they wield the pistol properly. That one gun, Leon picks it up, he uses it gangster style. 'Cause it was the 90s. And Claire, on the other hand, gets a single action army, an old cowboy 6-shooter that she actually has to fire like a cowboy, hitting the hammer after every shot. I'm playing through Leon B right now because I played through Claire for scenario A, and it is rough. And it's an amazing game. Probably the best remake of a video game we've ever gotten. which admittedly remakes aren't that common. Like full-blown remakes, not just remasters, but full-blown remakes.
Right.
It takes out pretty much all the camp that the original Resident Evil had. Resident Evil 2. The original Resident Evils were very much known for their camp, how much joy could be had from the poorly translated lines. Well, I would not call Resident Evil 2's... Well, Resident Evil 2's dialogue, it's good. I wouldn't go so far as to say well written, but it's good. It's natural, it makes sense as things people would say instead of bizarro nonsense. It inevitably has to deal with the problem of the characters are still written in a very flat way, because Resident Evil hates giving characterization to its main characters, for some reason. Except for Resident Evil 4, which is where we get most of our Leon characterization as him being a smartass, but, you know, irrelevant. It's... So, without a lot of the goofiness, there is definitely a bigger air of seriousness to the game that I think changes the way you look at it, definitely, but I'd say it's still positive. The remake of Resident Evil 1 tried to do the same thing where they tried to replace the old, goofy, classic lines and make them more natural and realistic, and it just kind of resulted in it being very boring. Because the lines still didn't feel very natural or realistic, and nobody reacted to situations realistically. But instead of, classic, "You were almost a Jill sandwich," they just are replaced with more realistic lines that people would actually say in the given situation. And thus we lost such classic lines as, "Here, Jill, take this lockpick. You, the master of unlocking, will probably get better use out of it than me."
How sad.
Or there's a great line where Chris, Jill, Barry, Wesker, all of them get off the helicopter. They get chased by the zombie dogs. They split up, and Barry and Jill and Wesker get to the mansion. And Barry says to Jill, "We need to find Chris. He was our old partner, you know." Like he has to explain to Jill who Chris is, even though she was just in a helicopter with him. It will be missed. It will be missed. The goofiness will be missed. They gave a DLC that allowed you to change out the soundtrack for the classic Resident Evil 2 soundtrack. They need a DLC to add the classic lines back.
Perfect.
There's not as many goofy lines from Resident Evil 2, but there's one I can immediately think of. Where at the start of classic Resident Evil 2, there's a semi-truck driver, who's driving down the street towards your character, and he's holding onto a zombie bite on his shoulder, and he just casually strolls out of a gas station with this bite, drives towards you and goes, "What a maniac! Why'd he bite me?" And that's it. It's not like, "Holy shit, that guy was just a fucking zombie. He bit me. I need to get medical attention." Just, "What a maniac! Why'd he bite me?" Then he turns into a zombie while driving and crashes the semi-truck into you. Yeah. Good old goofy Resident Evilness.
I love it.
And Resident Evil 2, very good at being scary. While Mr. X has very quickly reached mimetic status, he is not the scariest aspect. He is the aspect that keeps you moving. Mr. X presents an interesting thing to the gameplay, because each of the enemies has a certain way you have to go about them, right? Zombies are slow and stupid. It's easy to sneak around most of them if you don't make a big noise by either running or firing your gun, and if you don't go into their sight cone, right? So you can sneak around most of them. And even if you alert them, they're slow and stupid, so you can just juke them.
Right.
And then there's Lickers, the iconic blind monster with the brain exposed and the massive mile-long fucking tongues. They're blind and rely on not echolocation. They rely on sound to locate you. So if you take your time and walk and don't shoot or run or slam any doors, you should be able to get past them just fine. And then there's Mr. X, the constantly roaming, invincible, very pissed off man in a trench coat. who you can hear him move. Unlike the other enemies will generally stay in their room. Zombies will move rooms if you're in the next room nearby and they know about you. But other than that, zombies and lickers will stick to their own rooms. Zombie dogs too. Mr. X is a dynamic force that is moving around the precinct at all times. And I'm pretty sure the game is actually keeping track of him and where he is. And you'll know whether he's close or not based on whether or not you hear stomp, 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 stomp in the nearby room. Because Mr. X likes people to know he's there. He's there for them. You need to know when you're going to have it given to you. And he will oftentimes walk into the room while you are busy with shit. And the thing about Mr. X is he has functioning eyes. So he's going to run after your ass. This becomes a problem, because you need to run away from him to survive. If you're stuck between him and a zombie, that's a problem. Because you're going to be considerably less focused on juking the zombie or killing it. And it's going to be a real fucking problem with lickers, because lickers are really tough and really deadly. And you're not going to be able to just casually walk away from Mr. X. So it puts you into pressure situations where you're forced to make a rash choice, which is very good for gameplay. It's very good for survival horror. It forces you to think quick. I really like that. With that said, it does get annoying sometimes when you're trying to complete a puzzle and Mr. X just won't leave you the fuck alone. I had an interesting moment. I got the shutter open in the parking garage under the police station. And opening the shutter is what allows you to finally leave the precinct and head off to the other sections of the game. Well, I was on Claire A. I opened the shutter, and I was waiting for it to open, and it opened. And I was just sitting there and enjoying my peace and quiet and freedom and watching the rain hit the pavement and looking at the trophies that I had gotten and wondering where the game leads now, how much content they added in the remake. Then Mr. X punched me in the back of the head. He gave it to me. This is a game where I'll have a this is a For Honor case where I'm going to be saying I played this every week for the next couple of weeks. Because the thing is, I'm finishing Leon B. I'm then going to have to go back and do Leon A, Claire B. Then I'm going to have to finish Hunks mode. And then I'm going to have to finish Tofu's mode. Then I'm probably going to do S-rank runs of Leon A, Claire B, all those, to unlock all the hidden unlockable weapons and costumes, because there's a shit ton of unlockable weapons and costumes. And then, by then, they're going to release the free DLC, which are going to be adding 3 new mini-campaigns for another member of Umbrella's commando unit alongside Hunk, the mayor's daughter, and the gun shop owner, Kendo. So, this one, I'm going to be in for the long haul on this one, guys. With that said, though, I believe that is all I've done in the past week. Alright. Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this podcast, the Pachinko Your Piss Droplets podcast. Say bye, Eddie. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start talking so that Addie will say bye. There we go. Later, folks.